Hefty's the name, shiny hunting's my game. Gotta catch 'em all, nothing's ever the same. With my trusty football, I'm always on the spree. No shiny can escape, they all come to me. Shiny after shiny, it's never enough. I'm on a quest, and it can get rough. From Pallet down to Johto and beyond, I'm the shiny hunter, the bond is strong. I've caught 'em all, every shiny you can name. Kanto region, Johto region. I've conquered the game, Hefty is the king. The one who never quits, call him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks. I've conquered the game, Hefty's the king. The one who never quits, caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. Good to see you all. What's going on? Dragonic, Shiny Cornholio, Kiro, that transition maker, and Marie, James, the Catboy. What's up, buddies? Yeah. Good to see you all. Yeah, Dragonic, I saw that. I did see Brandon got the Shiny Regidrago. It was an awesome reaction. He did a great job. What is that dragon? Which one, James? But welcome on in. We're going to continue looking for the shiny Latias today. So let's go ahead and get started. Why don't you guys tell me how your week's been? Let's do it. Yep, my record is safe. I did thank him for that. I thanked him for not beating my record. Not shiny on the first check. What even the heck is that? Week's been good. Glad to hear it. Hero, your Audi pays for groceries in coins. No, a shiny on the first check. What a scam. Absolutely. Top of the starting student screen. That was an original dragon from Mino, one of the viewers and artists of the channel. Some people in red say they went over 20K for Regidrago. Yeah. Like the whole thing's kind of a joke. Like I know I didn't have the longest Regidrago hunt in the world, but it stunk. And I do think I have the longest Regidrago hunt within our little community here. Arc result shined at 17,657. Congratulations, Shiny Cornholio. No wonder he died 6 years ago. Oh my gosh. Uh, no shiny yet, Cam, and good morning to you. Yeah, over 20 is crazy. That's terrible. I would not wish that upon anyone. 43-20 or 42-30 for checks for Regirock, just over odds Dragonic. I feel like that means it's got to come soon, right? It has to. Can I make the Chimchar encounters this fast? Sure. I'll get right on that. Yeah, 507 checks. That took you, what, like 2.5 weeks to get the 507 checks on the Chimchar? You're gonna continue hunting Regigigas today? I hope you get Amory. Um, I still don't have the Latios set up on Ultra Sun because I'm lazy. So if we do get this Latias early, then we'll go back to hunting for Audino. Early hours of midnight, she completed the Let's Go Pikachu Eevee decks and got shiny Meltan. Congratulations, Dragonic. Was that your first shiny Meltan, or did you have one from Pogo? You will get it one day because you won't do it a second time. Nice. Transition Maker. I did not pre-order the Switch 2 yet. How about you guys? I do have a story about that, actually. Um, So the last few days, and by last few days I mean Thursday and yesterday, I've just been checking like the big box company websites just to see, like if I put in my local store, if there happen to be any pre-order sales still available, and there weren't any on Thursday, there weren't any yesterday until I checked Walmart, and I put in the search bar on the Walmart website Switch 2 console, and it popped up with a few options. The first one was just the regular console. It said, not available. And then there was a bundle. There was a bundle for $499.99, and I was like, oh my gosh! So I went in. It said there were two left. So I went in. I said, add to cart. I went to cart. I said, checkout. It had my card information saved from the last time I bought something from Walmart. I hit buy. Boom! I got it. I was so excited. And on the confirmation page, it said, will be delivered May 3rd. And I said, wait a second. That doesn't sound right. So I went and I looked more carefully at what I ordered. I ordered for $499.99 a Mario Kart, Mario Party, Minecraft Switch bundle. So I said, whoopsie, I just spent $500 on the wrong thing. And so I put in a ticket to cancel the order, and thankfully they did cancel the order. That's your first one? Okay, Dragonic, that's your first meltdown. Well, congratulations. Uh, I don't know how to say that name. I'm going to say Hayuit. Hayuit, welcome on in. Good to see you. You're going to wait a year or two to get the Switch 2? I feel like I'll still probably be able to get it. Am I in 2025 or 2017? Zen, which would you prefer? Check 517, not shiny. I would prefer 2017 if I'm going to be honest. Good to see you, Zen. Um, maybe I'm a little naively optimistic. I'm still holding out hope that the pre-order email I get from Nintendo will come in. I don't really have any reason other than clout to get Switch to the very first day. First off, I won't be streaming that day. Second off, unless you guys want to see me stream the tutorial game, um, which has actually crossed my mind. There's not really much I'm going to do with it on stream. Um, so, if it doesn't arrive on release day, I'm cool with that. But I would imagine I'll probably get one in the next couple months. And quite honestly, the thought of paying out $500 this week probably wouldn't have been the smartest financial decision for me at the moment. That said, I did accidentally purchase a Switch yesterday. Scalpers will get their stocks before us. I know. I know. FOMO's real. It is. I get it. I get FOMO's real. It felt a little weird going on YouTube Thursday morning and hearing so many people talking about how they were able to get their pre-orders in, and I didn't even try. But it'll happen. It'll happen eventually. So gonna last you longer than the Switch One? You think so, Transition Maker? I don't know why. I have two windows open that show the game, right? I have over on this side the entire overlay of the stream, and then over here I have the window of just the game. I don't know why I keep checking both to see if it's shiny. Mighty Munchkin, what's going on? Good to see you. You don't care if the price of the Switch 2, if it's 600 when you buy it. Yeah, I get. Here's my personal thing. I'm fine with the increased cost of the console. I understand, but sad about what looks to be an increased price of the games moving forward. Kellet TCG, what's going on? Good to see you. I understand why the game prices have increased. Doesn't mean I agree with it. I can accept something without approving it, but it will certainly make me more critical with my game purchases. The one thing I will say about the game pricing is, they've been talking about this new model where the price is a variable based on how much time, effort, etc. is put into the game. And on paper, like I can understand that if we're working one way. Like if you're talking about pretty base games being cheaper in price, that's cool. I would appreciate having games be cheaper than other games because they're smaller games. But if Mario Kart World is $80, and I watched a couple of directs about Mario Kart World, I'm not saying the game doesn't look cool. But if that is what they consider an $80 game, it makes me a little nervous when bigger games come out, like new Zelda games, stuff like that. Ghoul, I got no idea what that means. Rowlet, what's going on? Good to see you, and you're welcome, Kellet. I try my best. Now you got me curious. I got to find out what that word is. I have a feeling it's not going to be something very complimentary. Oh, okay. Yeah, now I'm just more concerned about why you know that word, honestly, Ghoul. Um, I don't know. I think that message says more about you than me. Natasha, what's going on? Good to see you. Switch Lite has stick drift, and you've had it since 2020, but the Switch 2 will have less chance for stick drift. Hopefully. I hope so. GTA might push Mario Kart World pricing. And I mean, again, I can accept something without approving of it. I can accept that the games are going to be more expensive. I just hope that $80 is the ceiling. Hassan, what's going on? Good to see you. You got Shiny Greninja. Congratulations. Good Shiny. 56-day streak on Wordle. Nice. I'm currently on a 27-day streak because I did not get it apparently about 4 weeks ago. Big headache, but doing all right. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I'm sorry you got a headache. Hope it goes away soon. John, I'm sorry, John Esposito. I just saw your message. I was a little distracted there for a minute. No, I did not get a pre-order of the Switch 2 yet. I didn't even try on Thursday, honestly. I don't have any real need to get it like on release day. I still want to get it soon. So I'm hoping possibly against hope that the registration email from Nintendo around the second week of May will come in. I'll be able to get it that way. Hello, Chem Nation. You're staying until I get it. Well, Kellet, I hope we get it in the next 3 hours because if we don't, I'm leaving, and then you're going to be here all by yourself. 542-day streak on Duolingo? That's crazy. Hello, Chem Nation. Switch 2 is already almost out of stock for pre-orders. It hasn't even been a week. Dude, I thought it was like out of pre-orders like within the first few hours. I didn't even know that anyone still had pre-orders available. You have a feeling that I will eventually get the shiny Chem? I'm right there with you. I think I will too. Also, I saw that sub count go up to 2044. If that was you, if you just subscribed today, please let me know so I can give you a proper thank you. We are hoping to hit 2050 today. We got a little work ahead of us. That means we got to get 6 new subs, but I think we can do it. Like goal 30. Thank you, Kiro. Kellet, it was you. Well, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that. Noitan Mick. I don't know what that means. Hello, Chem Nation. You're back at World in 3? Good job. Is this payback, Chem? Is this payback for the last 2 weeks? Of all the said hi messages you've gotten in your stream? You know, you have the option of not hitting that button, Chem. I don't know if you realize that, but just because a button is there doesn't mean you have to click it. Kim Nation, I don't know who that is. Sounds like a cool person, though. Are you sure? It's true. You do not have to hit every button just because you see it. Reverse the words Noican Mick. Okay, if I reverse the words, it's Mick Noitan. Still confused. Hero, your Audi does not understand the difference between affect and effect. Reverse the letters. Oh, it's that Kim Nation person again. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but I bet they're pretty awesome. Let's see what my Audi's up to today. I don't even remember writing this one. Hefty, your Audi eats cereal with a tiny spoon. I legitimately do not remember putting that one on the list. That would make eating a bowl of cereal take so long. What do you guys think? When you eat cereal, do you go big spoon or little spoon? I go with like the biggest spoon I can find. You've gotten it 3 times, Kiro, and you're the only one that's gotten it. It's really starting to disturb me. It's concerning. I'm worried about you. Speaking of worried about you, how's your neck feeling and your shoulders? Your Audi is an Audi. Big, medium spoon. I go for the biggest little soup spoon I can find. If I could use a ladle, I would use a ladle. But unfortunately, due to a horrible smelting accident, I'm not able to use a ladle. Still hurting. It's also a little swollen to your eyes. And I'm so sorry, buddy. I've been thinking about you. I've been hoping you've been getting better, but I saw a message that you put yesterday that the drugs you got weren't really helping. It was just making you tired. I'm so sorry. Yep, tomorrow's Vanilla Community Day. I'm excited about it. I don't have any of that line shiny, so I will definitely be getting at least 3. No clue what you did. Well, if you find out, don't do it again. Skyrix, are you looking for Latias? That's amazing. I've actually seen people recently hating on Latias. You have a shiny Pokerus Latias in Pokemon Sword right now. First off, Skyrix, welcome on in. Pleasure to see you. Yep, I am currently going for the shiny Latias, and anyone that says that this is a bad Pokemon, I mean, I guess they're entitled to their opinions. I just don't understand it. I think it's awesome, particularly the shiny. Although the mega shiny's kind of but the regular shiny's fantastic. And a shiny Pokerus Latias and Pokemon Sword, that's insane. That's so cool. You were just sitting. Well, stop sitting. Will I be live on June 20th? Good question. Let me check. I'm typically live every Saturday and Sunday. That is a Friday. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's not currently planned. Your Audi owns an Audi that's an Audi that is an Audi. Oh my gosh, that is too much Audi for me. Why do I look like a 1x1 Lego brick and sound like a Duplo? You know, I've been asking myself that, Puma Beast, for years. If you can figure it out, please let me know. I do kind of look like a 1x1 Lego brick. I could see it. Get out of here. And that sub count went up again, 2045. If that was you, please let me know so I can say thank you. Only 5 subs away from our sub goal for the day. That's the question that makes the streamer sane or insane. So, did I pass the test? Am I sane or insane? How did I do, Puma Beast? Your cats have consistently checked on you. That's really nice. Cookie Monster coin jar. What? I did great. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. You also just got a new sub. You're actually chill. We're gonna watch your stream as much as possible. Skyrix. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I try and keep it nice and chill in here. I figure, you know what? Life's too short. Let's just have some fun. I also don't have the capability of getting like too overly hyped. It's just I've tried once. It didn't work out well. JDX the kid, what's going on? Good to see you. You got Switch 2 pre-order. Time to sell some PS4 and Switch and Wii U physicals. You got Twilight Princess HD, and that goes for 80 to 110. Nice. So what did you pre-order at GameStop, and so now you're gonna sell some games so that when you go pick it up, you can pay off the remainder? How long? If I'm just assuming that's what happened, I could be completely wrong. How long did you have to wait in line for that? You're hunting Kecleon and Sapphire with the Devon scope. Good luck on that. That's a pretty cool hunt, actually. I haven't done it, but I never thought about doing that one. That sounds pretty awesome. Imagine the 2000s your grandma's cleaning out her attic and there's an Apple One computer. That'd be nuts. Dominic, what's going on? Good to see you. Any new models lately, Dominic? Matthew Snyder and Jerry Notso both come in at the same time. I see you guys just woke up from your sleepover. Hope you guys had a lot of fun with the pillow fights and the tickling last night. But welcome on in. Good to see you. A pre-order at Walmart. Oh, okay. Did it at midnight and your physical just takes up too much space. Okay, I got you. You're just cleaning up space. I got you. Well, congratulations on getting the pre-order. Dorian, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. You're working when GameStop went live, so you're not skipping work. Yeah, yeah. I mean on Thursday I had a dental appointment in the morning, then I had to go to work, and I just was just like, first off, I'm not staying up past midnight, not when I got a dental appointment in the morning, because I'm already going to feel like crap because I won't be drinking coffee, and then work as well, so I didn't even bother. Uh, but I'm still hoping I'll eventually get it. I think I will. You got Jerry good with that warm water. Good job. You grant me your shine luck. Well, thank you, Kellet. Melon Sandbox owner, what is up? Jack Specific needs to make counter-scaled Sugar and Spies figures, or another company can do it, like Super 7 / Reaction. They should. I'm doing fantastic, Dorian. Congratulations on yesterday's stream. I'm sorry I couldn't stay for the end, but in my mind, the fact that you beat the Yellow Devil was, in my mind, beating the game. That's insane. I still have never done that in the 30-ish years of playing Mega Man. Still never beat Yellow Devil. I was so impressed. I was on the edge of my seat watching that happen. Part 3 out of 7 for the Dazzling Aria research. I am, I think, 2 days away. I caught all the Psychics and Normals. I just have to catch Pokemon for 2 more days. On Monday, I should reach the 3rd page. Caught a base Kecleon because it's 2 good stats to pass up, but that left you with 3 scope encounters. That's incredible. You got to keep me up to date, JDX. Let me know how that hunt ends up going, because now you got me curious. Oh no, you're going to eat that couch. Chem Nation, hi. Last time you got was Cast Form Soft Reset. That's sweet, dude. So you're doing like all the static static hunts. This is Pokemon. Is that like a Weird Al song? This is Pokemon Ultra Moon, because Ultra Moon has the Latias. Once we get this, the next stream will be starting on getting the Latios in Ultra Sun. I did not get one at first. Midnight hit, you got nothing. Then 30 minutes passed. You went to bed, woke up at 3:30. You couldn't sleep, went to Walmart's app, and then you saw pre-orders were open. Whoa! Very lucky, Puma Beast. It's like your body knew it had to wake up and check. Found something great a few days ago. Hot Wheels 1974 Mustang Mach 2. That's sweet. Today's your last cash. Now you're on step 4. Oh, is there another like X amount of days on page 3? People spent 2 hours mass pre-ordering, and then after that, people forgot about Walmart pre-orders until 4, and they were sold out by 5. That's crazy. Had I known about that, I might have done it. Pokemon Sun and Moon were all favorite gen. Oh, I love Gen 7. Gen 7's my favorite. Cold Deep, what's going on? Good to see you. Okay, so page 4 is 21 days in a row too. Gotcha. Uh, Random characters. No, I get that, JDX. I also like to, whenever possible, I like to hunt for something specific, so I don't have to worry about phasing on things. So I totally agree with that. But yeah, just watch the language a little bit. Try and keep it family friendly here, especially in the U.S. It's early on a Saturday morning. But I'm totally with you, JDX. I always prefer to do hunts where I can't phase on anything. Whatever you did to your shoulder, though, definitely not happy with you. Feels like it shouldn't be hurting the same level as it was last Saturday. Yeah, that's too long, bud. I am so sorry that's happening. People tweeted it and said Walmart still had some. That's crazy. Puma Beast, why didn't you tweet me? Come on now. I thought we were tight. Gen 6 is best competition format bar none after the initial bans. Gen 4 bar none is the greatest all around. I've never really gotten into competitive, although I do like to watch competitive battles. But I'm just not good enough. The closest I get to competitive is SOS hunts in Gen 7. I love setting up movesets, natures, abilities, and everything to make it the hunt as efficient as possible. Gen 7's your favorite Gen 2? Nice. You have a living dex up to Gen 8. Did not finish Gen 9. Hated Gen 9. It's too bland. Finished the story. Waiting for the Switch to enhance port. At this point, I think that's probably your best bet. I don't think that the Gen 9 games were the best Pokemon games by any means. Um, but that said, I still enjoyed them. For me, like, worst Pokemon game is like worst ice cream. At the end of the day, it's still ice cream. But yeah, it wasn't the most exciting. I like the concept of it, but the actual performance was a little bit of a letdown. I am really curious to see how it performs on the Switch too. If it fixes a lot of the performance issues, I could see it getting kind of like a second wind. And that also means this just occurred to me in my head. It also means that Game Freak might not be done with Scarlet and Violet. There might be additional, not necessarily DLCs, but big events coming in the future. Gen 6 is what was the nail in your coffin for your single showdown days? No way. Gen 7 had so many features, the tournaments on the Forest area thing. Oh yeah, the battle tree. Yeah, the portals, having to fuse with Ultra Necrozma. Yeah, I really like these games a lot. Mom's Roof is coming along nicely. Think they'll be done on Monday. Sweet. Uh, yeah, no, I'm with you, Puma Beast. I'll say the same thing again, though. Like, I'm totally agreeing with your opinions, and you're entitled to them. But it's a Saturday morning. We get some kids in here, so we just kind of watch the language a little bit. But no worries. Gen 6 was infamous when it first started because of all the busted megas. They fixed it in a very short span of time, unlike later gens. Oh my gosh, Ghost Bunny coming here and scaring me. My goodness gracious. And that sub count just went up to 2046. We're only 4 subs away from hitting our sub goal for the day. Uh, you would love GLC? You would love DLC for Gen 9, the Area Zero portal. We know nothing about the world the portal has. I was thinking the same thing, Puma Beast. I was thinking the same thing would happen. When they announced that the second DLC, Indigo Disc, when Indigo Disc was going to tie up the storyline of Area Zero, I thought we were going to get a lot more in that, as opposed to basically walking through like 3 more rooms and then encountering Terrapagos. Yeah, 2016, Jerry. That's correct. You could build around. Oh my gosh, that scared me. Melon Sandbox, thank you for the sub. We're now only 3 subs away from our sub goal. Uh, you could build around a mega, make it work in OU. I believe it. Playing Super Mario Maker 2 right now. Awesome. I've never played Super Mario Maker 2, but I love watching Super Mario Maker 2 streams and videos. I know it's probably like the like most basic thing you can say. But I love watching DGR. I love watching Carl Sagan 42. Those are really fun videos. Bratty random kid DLC for Gen 5 to tie into Gen 9. You don't want that. I tell you what, I gotta be careful with how I say this because we have a fantastic mod here on the channel named Kieran. But the Kieran in Scarlet and Violet, I could not stand him. I could not stand him. It's just like, grow up, you know? Alpha Sapphire was a really good game to you. Portal's open world, much bigger map than most of the other games. Yeah. Um, I agree. I think I know a lot of people have some issues with when they took the Pokemon from the like pixel sprites to the 3D models in the 3DS era. And I mean that's an opinion that, I can respect. But gameplay wise, I think that the 3DS era, Gen 6 and Gen 7, is the best era I've personally ever played. And I've played since the beginning. You hate him as a character too? It was just so annoying. You dislike Omega Ruby. Interesting. What didn't you like about it? Danny Cable, welcome in and thank you for the luck. I think Latias is pretty cool. I think Latias has a really awesome shiny. You never got to play Ruby? I liked him. Great shiny hunting in Oris as well. You like most of 3D stuff? It's not bad. The animations are great, except past Gen 7 turn. Yeah, it's not great. I mean, I will say, for as many issues as people have with the actual gameplay, which I kind of agree with, I think Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee had the best graphics, had the best animation, the best designs of any Switch game so far. But I've never really played Pokemon for the graphics. Um, like good graphics are just kind of like a bonus for me when it comes to a Pokemon game. Do I have Solgaleo on this run? Well, this particular game is Ultra Moon, so I don't have Solgaleo in this. I guess I could if I really wanted to. But honestly, this is like my, I think, fourth playthrough of Ultra Moon. I've done like at least 6 playthroughs on Ultra Sun. I got them, way back whenever. And now I just basically restart the game every once in a while. One, because I love it, and two, for additional shiny hunting. You also hate Gen 1 just as much. I loved Gen 1 when it came out. I last year tried to go back and play Blue. I couldn't play more than 20 minutes. The amount of quality of life upgrades over the years is just staggering. I cannot play Gen 1 anymore. You 100% hated Gen 6. All the changes to the story for Omega. You wanted 1-1 of Emerald, but we got none of that because Emerald's in your top 3. Yeah, I understand that. Thing is, they've never made a remake of a third game. Like we didn't get a remake of Crystal, we got Heart Gold, Soul Silver. We didn't get a remake of Platinum. We got Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. So I understand why they did Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire instead of an Emerald, but I also understand that people like to have those added features that were in the third game. You like red, blue, and fire red? It's fine. Fire red, leaf green are better for me to play. YouTube guy, what's going on? You live the Alola region? I do too. Yeah, Melon Sandbox. After I said it, I realized I could take the Cosmog, evolve into Cosmo M, go through the altar of the moon, and evolve into Solgaleo. I forgot about that. But yeah, I think they've certainly made enough Kanto games. I agree with you on that, JDX. Soul Silver was goated. Soul Silver was a fun game. Hello from Vietnam. Hello from the United States of America. What's going on, BM Funny Chanel? But yeah, I don't think we need to rehash the original red and blue game again. I think 3 times is enough. 3.5 times if you want to count the Gen 2 games. Sorry, we invaded Vietnam. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. How is Latias finding Sun and Moon? Is this a mod? No, this is Ultra Moon. In Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, there are wormholes, And different wormholes have different Pokemon in them, including all the Gen 1 to Gen 6 legendaries other than Zygarde. So I found the wormhole that has Latias. Good Morning Vietnam! That was a good movie. For today's stream, under this one is a live 2025 population count. That's interesting. Actually, yes, not on this, not on Ultra Moon, but on Ultra Sun, the Ultra Sun copy that we'll be hunting Latios on. I did do the hunt for the shiny surfing Pikachu. That was a fun hunt. I like that one. 2049. If that was you, please let me know. We are now just one sub away from our sub goal for the day. In your old game, you lost. You had filled up all your slots with Necrozma, Solgaleos, and Lunalis because you kept trading, resetting the save, trading, resetting the save. Completed the game with like 1,000. That's crazy. Yeah, Matthew, you telling me? I hate Dynamax Adventures. I wish we could have hunted Zygarde in the Ultra Wormholes. I don't have the Partner Cat Pikachu, Matthew. I haven't done that hunt yet. The non-shiny shiny, but I did do the shiny Surfing Pikachu. And I'm thinking about, honestly, Matthew, doing a second one so I can evolve it into a Alolan Raichu. Because I think that would be fun. You'll wait till another gen, see if there's a better option. Yeah, I mean, you and I are on the same page. DAs, fantastic concept. Some people love them. They make me cry. You spawn in old mystery events that are gone. People think it's hacked or cheated because no one our Pokemon will trade with you and you get banned for it. You got banned for that? That's, I mean, I guess if that's technically against the rules of r/Pokemon, I get it. But, that's stupid. Will it keep the hat? Well, Surfing Pikachu doesn't have a hat. If I said Partner Cat Pikachu, I misspoke. I have one Surfing Pikachu. I'd like to get a second Surfing Pikachu, and I still need to do the Partner Cap. I prefer Lunala personally in Melon Sandbox. You have a copy of some you can't play because you don't have your 2DS. Kim Nation is a non-shiny hunter. Sounds like a cool person. But yeah, so Boom Beast, I'm of the opinion of like Pokemon collections, shiny Pokemon collections are 100% a personal thing. How I hunt my Pokemon has absolutely no bearing on how you hunt your Pokemon. How I add to my collection has nothing to do with how you add to your collection. So I don't hack, I don't clone, none of that stuff. But if you want to, more power to you. I mean, it makes no never mind to me. It doesn't affect me in any way whatsoever. And I don't have like anything against it like ethically or anything. It's just the few times I have like, you know, and you could say cheated to get Pokemon or a shiny. I didn't have the same feeling of accomplishment afterwards. And I was like, well, that kind of stinks. I got this shiny and I just kind of feel hollow inside. So then I would just, rehunt it on my own and then I'd feel a sense of accomplishment. But that's just how I operate. You did on their Discord because people thought you were hacking Pokemon in and they want to see the exact detail of the Pokemon OT and you would just change it with cheats that work sometimes. What does it matter to them? I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't understand why people care how other people got their Pokemon collections. Yeah, YouTube guy, anyone can shiny hunt. It's patience is a virtue, and patience is just like a muscle. The more you practice it, the better it gets. When I first started shiny hunting, because I've been playing the games since Gen 1. I started playing Pokemon games in 1999. When I heard about shiny Pokemon, I thought that was really cool, but I never tried shiny hunting Pokemon because I would hear like the odds, I would hear how long it took people and everything, and I was like, that's impossible. I would never have the patience to do that. And then when COVID hit back in 2020 and we were in lockdown, I had a lot of time to kill, so I was like watching a lot of like shiny hunting videos. And I was like, you know what? Let me give this a try. And I started with something easy. I started in Gen 6 doing the chain fishing method, which can get your ads down or your odds down to 1 in 99. And I found a couple of shinies that way, and I thought that was okay. That's pretty cool. And then I started doing SOS hunts in Sun and Moon, And that gets the odds down to 1 in 273, and I got some shinies there, and I really enjoyed it. So I just started going and going and going, and then eventually I was like, I really want to shiny hunt a legendary. So I started going for soft resets in the wormholes at 1 in 1365. And then I picked up Sword and Shield, and I said, I want to do shiny hunting here. And so I got used to doing, the 1 in 1365s. I started going back to previous generations and doing like 1 in 4096s. I've even done a few 1 in 8192s. It's just the more I did it, the more I was able to build up the patience. And that's really all you need. You got to do some research on specific shiny hunting methods to make sure that you're doing it correctly and efficiently. But other than that, it's all about patience. And Matthew's right. Have something else to do too. Shiny hunt while watching a stream on YouTube. Shiny hunt while listening to music or watching a movie. Uh, Sorry, I went off on a little tangent there. Remember growing up with Gen 7, now I completely forget the map. If you could find the old game, play it again, the nostalgia would go crazy. Oh yeah. Like, I love these games so much. Um, they're fantastic. That's what you said, so you end up not completing a form in Gen 8 because of it? What? Which one? I'm just curious. Which form didn't you complete, Puma Beast? Yeah, 13,134 soft resets for Dialga and took 4 months to get, but you know what? Dragonic stuck with it and he got it. You personally have never shiny hunted, used to be a Pokemon breeder and got some really good IVs on OP Pokemon? Sweet. Have you ever, by breeding to get those good IVs and everything, have you ever accidentally hatched a shiny? Sun and Moon has the most goated anime too. I haven't watched the Sun and Moon anime. I watched all of Indigo League, Orange Islands, probably the first third of Johto Journeys, and then other than watching a random episode here or there, I didn't start watching again until Pokemon Journeys came in on Netflix. And even that I didn't keep up with. I still haven't finished that. Getting that super under odds hunt feels so good, but getting one that went 6 times over odds feels even better, right? It's the ones that come in like right about odds. You're just like, okay, that one's done. Move on to the next one. It's DA weekend again. I saw last night there were a few streamers promoting their streams as DA weekend. I will not be participating. Shiny hunting is better when you do it with people too, like Hefty said, try and do it during streams. Exactly. You learned you need to keep any glass objects away from Merlin's clumsy butt. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to hear more detail about that. I would just say yes. Yes, that's probably a good idea. You actually got like 5. That's sweet. Some of the forms of ice cream. Um, Alchemy? Alchemy Puma Beast? Anime of Gens 4, 6, and 7 are so good. I need to go back and watch them at some point. And oh my gosh, that sub count just hit 2050. My goodness gracious. Thank you so much. We hit our sub goal for the day. And I'm just now noticing that we have 60 viewers. I would like to say thank you if you're watching. And we are only 6 likes away from hitting our sub goal. If you want to help me out and hit that sub goal, all you got to do is just double tap my face. If you don't like me, you can just like punch me twice in the face. That works too. Sub counts up to 2051. Thank you so much. Yeah, Puma Beast. Okay, yeah, because there's a lot of forms of alchemy. I think there's 72. That was quite a hunt. I can skip gens 2, 3, and definitely 5. Well, here's part of the problem. One is finding time, Matthew. The other thing is finding where to watch them. Because I have, on occasion, tried to watch certain seasons of the anime, and I just don't understand why there isn't just like one place that has all of it. Legally. I'm talking legally. All you really remember is how you ride Pokemon. Most of the story that the abandoned supermarket, right? The whole portal system, the feeling of randomly finding a Crozman in the mountain. Yes. And the poison legendary, you forgot where you get it from. Yeah, Poipole in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Gojira Nation, good morning. Good to see you. Ultimate Space Ghost, what's going on? Limbo Dancer to Mary Locksmith, the wedding will be low key. I love it. Pokemon TV YouTube channel has all of them so far. They're up to Gen 2. They'll post all seasons over time. That's good to know. That's good to know, Puma Beast. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Galax, what is going on, my friend? How have you been? I'm sorry I haven't got a chance to pop in your streams lately, but I've been seeing I've been seeing your streams pop up in the recommended videos. Looks like you've been putting in a lot of work. Seems like you're still basically streaming every day, which is awesome, man. How you been? Various Pokemon as a couch eating itself. That would be a good idea. That would be a good idea. You know of Updog. Why? What is that? What is that word that you said? Gojira Nation. This is Ultra Moon. Ultra Moon. Since we got a lot of viewers here, I'm guessing that a few of you might be new to the channel and you're wondering exactly what's going on. We're obviously hunting for shiny Latias, but more specifically, my friend Shiny's, another fantastic content creator on YouTube, last fall challenged me to get all 47 Pokemon that have Mega Evolutions to catch them shiny before Legends of the 8 comes out. Now, I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. There's 48. But you know what? I don't have any way to shiny hunt Deancey, so we're just going to get over it. So out of the 47 shiny huntable Pokemon that have Mega Evolutions, so far we've gotten 42. We're down to the last 5. We got to get Latias, Latios, um, Aerodactyl, Audino, and Altaria. A lot of A's now that I think about it. So that's what we're doing right now. Someone was throwing Stephen King books at people, and you thought, why is he doing it until it hit me? Nice. I like that, Dragonic. So close to every shiny Mega. Yeah, we're getting really close. We might actually have this done within the next month or two, honestly. Just depends on how long the Altaria is going to take. That's the big X factor. Because I will be shiny hunting the static Fairy Terra Altaria in Scarlet and Violet. No, as far as I know, Matthew, it is not. It is not possible to own a legit one other than the Japanese one. Yeah, Galax, I miss soft resets on the 3DS so much. All you gotta do is just hit LR and either start select, and it immediately takes you right back to the title screen. Have I ever played Poke MMO? I have not played it. I've seen some videos about it. Turkey Head Shido with 7 months of membership. Meep meep in the streets. What's going on, Shido? Good to see you. Does Nightbot just say random things at random times? Sometimes. Sometimes Nightbot does. It's tough to keep control over Nightbot. You know how AI can be. That subcat just went to 2052. If that was you, thank you very much. Dragonic, thank you for the like goal. Now, trying to get up to 4-2. And thank you all for being here. All 77 of you, my goodness gracious. Big Cheese Thrift, what's going on? Good to see you. You got to visit this place yesterday called Grandma's Cheese Barn. You can spend an entire paycheck in there. I guess Grandma makes a lot of cheese. 2053, thank you very much. What one is this, Lost Boys? This is Pokemon Ultra Moon. We're currently hunting for the shiny Latias and the Murray Boys. Thank you so much for the sub. Wow, we are already at 953 views on the stream today. Mods, I don't know what's happening, but I'm not going to complain. I'm sorry, 981. But Matthew and Jerry, I'm glad you're here. A lot of new folks today. I know. People woke up and said, hey, I want to go make a new friend today. Let's go visit this guy Hefty. Tyler Shanks, what's going on? Good to see you. I'm doing well too. Enjoy Breath of the Wild. Actually, never gotten to soft reset legendary from wormholes before. You went for Articuno back like 4 years ago. Went twice over odds and haven't attempted to set. Galax, I'm saying this to you as a professional. You know, I'm speaking professional to professional here. All right. I'm not even saying this as like something else. You got to. You have to. I understand it. When I went to rehunt Entei to get it in a Premier Ball, I went 10,000 checks, which I didn't even think was possible. It was forever. But you know what? For every over odds hunt, on average, you get 2 under odds hunts. You got to do it. The first time you get an under odds shiny, soft resetting and ultra wormholes, you're gonna feel freaking awesome. So you're currently saving it for a capture card 3DS and plan on attempting these hunts again. Galax, I don't have a 3DS capture or a capture card installed 3DS. Whatever I'm trying to say. I've wanted one for a long time. It's just a matter of like the amount of money it costs and having to send it off and everything. A friend of mine was able to talk me through another option. Like this game that I'm playing right now is my legitimate Ultramoon save file from my legitimate Ultramoon game cartridge. But I am playing it on my computer. If you have any interest in that, hit me up on Discord. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Just if you're interested, just like as an alternative. If that is streamed through the YouTube Shorts algorithm, Avocado Tom. Well, thank you for popping in. Welcome on in, and thank you YouTube Shorts algorithm. 1,100 views on the stream so far today. You went 10k for Arceus and BDSP. Got every other Gen 4 Mythical super quick. Shaman at 300. Darkrai 3.5k. Fiona and 38 eggs. Galax, I had no idea you got Shaman and 300. That's insane. What's the Discord? Nepto, if some, since we're, I don't know words today. Thank you to the new sub, 2054. Since we're in the shorts feed, I don't know if you're on mobile or not. If you're on mobile, you're not going to be able to click on the link, unfortunately, because shorts feeds are stupid that way. If you're on desktop, you'll be able to click that link. If not, if you go into one of my older streams, one of my older live streams, or one of my videos, there should be a link in the description to the Discord. No, Galax, I totally get it. I totally get it. No, no offense taken from that at all. I just wanted to offer it up as an option because that's something that I just recently decided to just take the plunge. What I would love, and I don't know if it'll ever happen. I don't know if you guys are aware of this thing. They started coming out with them a couple years ago. It's called the Game Boy Operator. It's just a little device that you just plug into your USB port on your computer, and then you plug an actual game cartridge into it. So it basically treats your computer like a Game Boy or Game Boy Advance. So you're literally playing on your cartridge. I really want them to come out with something like that for the DS and 3DS. Hunting for all shiny Mega Pokemon 2, a Dirt Master and Cringe Master. That's right. I can't do the legends like the Eon Duo and Groudon Kyogre. You got shiny Event Ray, and soon you get shiny Mewtwo. Hope you get it when you get Let's Go Eevee. Nice. Yeah, we did a dual hunt for the two Mewtwo's a couple months ago. That was a lot of fun. You want a GB operator so badly, you just have other priorities right now, and since there's a recession. Oh yeah, no, I totally get it, Galax. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, and I know that 3DS capture card ain't gonna be cheap. You're waiting on a DS operator. Team seems to have already been working on it for a while, according to their tweets. Good. Within the next year, that'd be amazing. Yeah, in the description of the video, in the description of this video, if you're on mobile, you're not going to be able to click the links because of some stupid reason. But if you go back to any previous stream, it'll show up in the regular YouTube format, not the shorts format, and then you will be able to go into the description and click on that link. Yeah, DS operator would be sick. Sending my luck to you. I'll be there in around 58 minutes, hopefully earlier. 58 minutes, that's perfect timing, Derp. Alfie F, what is going on? Good to see you. I might need some more coffee. 64% you'd think that we're going to get this shiny today. That's pretty awesome. Check 666, not shiny. Good. That would have been controversial. I probably would have gotten some hate comments. What's up, you old coleslaw dog? What's going on, Razmataz? Happy Saturday to you. Are you at the diner? Got your coffee? Eating some eggs and bakey? I guess the next sub goal is going to be, let's see if we can hit 2060 today. Jerry Notso with the 5 months of membership. To me, my X-Men. Hold on. To me, my X-Men. That's my best Professor X. Glad to see the YouTube algorithm doing work. By the way, been talking with some other smart streamers. It seems been pretty bad for everyone, but now and then someone gets a huge boost. Yeah, Galax, absolutely. The last couple months, I was talking to a friend of mine about this the other day. I've been on. He goes, if there's such thing as the algorithm junior, that's what I've been on the last couple months, where it hasn't been like crazy. It hasn't been like this, but it's been consistent and it's been consistently higher than what it used to be. Like I almost had like a little perma boost, if that makes sense. But today's just wild. You had you some coffee, worky lurkies now. Do good work at the work. What is your advice on gaining subscribers? Um, I've heard money works best, but that can get expensive. Um, Other than that, I would say probably luck. I don't know. You let me know, Cam, when you find out. Still gonna watch the new X-Men '98 series. I got to rewatch the original first, though. Yeah, my buddy Jerry here in the chat, he made a mistake. He got a hold of me a couple weeks ago and said, "Hey, I'm interested in starting to read X-Men comics. Can you help me out?" And I basically just unloaded on him. Uh, I unloaded a lot of books onto him, and now I got to try and convince him to start watching the animated series too. Going back to SOS Mobile, good luck on that. You left saying you're done watching, but no, you're watching. Some odd Christians give you a backpack randomly with some toiletries in it. What the heck? What kind of toiletries? Mr. Beast videos, they definitely give a lot of subs, right? Eric with the Reggie Tato. How are you, Eric? Did I can't let me open up Discord. I don't know, Eric, if you responded to my Discord message. I convinced you? Good. Toothpaste, body wash, and some other things. I hope they weren't trying to tell you something, Booma Beast. Did I get the Island Scan Shiny Pokemon? I've gotten 2 of them. I've tried a few hunts. I successfully completed 2. I did the Scatterbug and the Electros. I convinced you. All right, we gotta watch it together. That's gonna be fun. Um, do Island Scan Mons have hidden abilities? I can't remember if they do or yeah, I think well no, I don't think they have hidden abilities, but I think each one of them has an egg move. I could be wrong. You're good. Okay, I'm glad you're good, Eric. That scared me when I saw your text. I gotta take your cat out for a walk, so I gotta head out. Nice catching up. Hope stream goes well. Funny Jet Legendary shines. Thank you so much, Galax. Absolute pleasure to have you here. What's going on, Shinies, and what's going on, Villy? We are now at 1,457 views today. Absolute bananas. You're gonna hunt Dialga and DAs for DA weekend, Mighty Munchkin. Good luck on that. Billy, you made me laugh so hard yesterday, like all day long. I just kept thinking about it and it kept cracking me up. All right, come on, Shiny. Yeah, Dragonic, I think you mentioned that last weekend. That's crazy impressive. That's wild. Quick software reset must be nice, right? Man of Culture, I miss soft resetting on the 3DS so much. Now we got this stupid thing with the Switch where you gotta go out to the home screen, you gotta close the game, you gotta reopen the game, you gotta pick the profile, you gotta go through the startup screen. Zed Games, my son, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. 25 months, that's crazy. Let's get some hype in the chat for Zed Games, another amazing content creator. Sparky Buttholes will do that to you, right? It's such a great phrase. It's a fantastic phrase. Walk into your car, we'll update you what's in it when you get back. Sounds good, Puma Beast. Oh my goodness. You're okay. Your left arm's a little bruised up. You feel a tiny bit of pain in your left hand. You're gonna get checked out today. Thankful to be alive. Your Civic went to car heaven. I'm so sorry, buddy. Dr. Ustade, we got some do we have some song lyrics in the chat? I don't know this song. Well, you get down the fiddle and you get down the bow, kick off your shoes and you throw them on the floor, dance in the kitchen to the morning light, Louisiana Saturday night. That sounds like a fun weekend, actually. Eight-bit Emerald, what's going on? Good to see you. Happy Saturday. We square dancing this morning? Why not? Let's all square dance. Zed, I did not. How about you? I didn't really go for it Thursday morning. And then because I had like a dental appointment, then I had to go to work, and by the time I kind of checked in on the internet, I found out that they all like sold out immediately. Doing shiny Wimpod hunting, Sun Ultra Moon is hard. You failed it. You reclaimed it though. Nice. Yeah, I got my two shiny Wimpods in Ultra Sun Ultra Moon. Um, it was a fun hunt. You were able to. It was stressful. Congratulations, Ed. You got invited to pre-order on Amazon. You were sleeping during the invitation. There was Amazon pre-orders. I was not even aware of that. Of course, I don't have my own Amazon account. I still mooch off my dad like a millennial. All right, come on. Where's the shiny at? Completely forgot about the release date, so you never see a chance. Might take you a while to get yours. Maybe after the hype dies down. So I don't know if you did this, Billy, but I back on the original April 2nd Nintendo Direct date. I signed up for that express interest on the Nintendo page. So I'm still being possibly naively optimistic that I'll get an email from them somewhere around May 8th or a little bit later saying, hey, now it's your chance to pre-order, and I'll do it then. You don't have Prime, but every now and then you get a promotion for a month. Anybody remember back in the day where like twice a year there was like HBO weekend or Showtime weekend where every cable subscriber got HBO or Showtime free for like 3 days to try and convince them to buy it? Those were fun weekends. Your daughter's playing the Halloween music on piano. You must be a proud papa, Kim. Big proud. Yeah, we definitely got a shorts algorithm boost today. Start playing the Song of Your People. Shinies, do I even want to know? Oh, you get knocked down. That's a good one. Old Nintendo dude. Remember Nintendo Power had a subscription? I do too. I had a subscription to Nintendo Power. And I ended up going back a few years later and picking up like the first 3 issues or so that came out before my subscription started. So I even had that original Nintendo Power with like the claymation Super Mario Brothers 2 on the cover. I mean, I got rid of my Nintendo Powers years and years ago, unfortunately. I wish I would have kept them. But yeah, I loved it every month when Nintendo Power came in. It would be nice if you could set an alarm for the specific emails. The email could come and you wouldn't know until hours later. Billy, I went back and checked it yesterday just to make sure I knew exactly what to expect. And it does say once you've received your email, you will have 72 hours to make your purchase. So I'm just going to make sure that I start checking my personal email once a day, and I should be golden. Enjoy your coffee, Zed. Start with Super Mario Brothers 3 with the walkthrough with unfolding pages. I remember that. Good times. Where is this Latias at? Where this Latias? Again, I got the game up on 2 windows here. I got the one window that's the entire overlay of the stream, and then I got this window over here that's just the game. And for some reason, I keep checking both windows to see if it's shiny. Chase Milburn, what's going on? Wario. 2 windows, the man is a wizard. I truly am, geez. Really hoping that for that May email you had. Oh, Raz, you didn't have luck either. I'm sorry, bud. I'm feeling a little optimistic about it, you know? Um, Now she's playing Sigma Boy, not as good at. I don't even know what Sigma Boy is. I don't listen to that newfangled music like you do, Cam. Wario on the pinball. Oh, Wizard on the pinball. He's a pinball wizard. There's like 3 people in this chat that know that song. Sigma, Sigma Boy, Sigma Boy, Sigma Boy. Is that how the song goes? Who? Thank you. Thank you, Razzie. Them old folks. Stop singing. Sorry, Dad. I'll stop singing. Oh my goodness gracious. We got 45 likes on the stream. That means we need a new like goal. Can we get a like goal for 55? All right, I'll listen to my dad, Raz. Hefty and Chem duet when? Probably about 5 minutes before the end of the world. All right, we'll go 60. We'll go 60. I'll allow it. Thank you for the like goal, and thank you all for the likes. Started watching a new show last night. My friend Nick mentioned it the other day in his stream, and when asked what it's about, he refused to elaborate, so I had to find out. Curiosity got the best of me. Pokestar 101, what's going on? Good to see you. So last night I watched the first episode of the first season of the show called The Rehearsal on HBO Max. And I did not know what I was walking into. And I ended up watching the first 3 episodes last night. It is as soon as I saw who was in it, I kind of had a better idea of what to expect. But it's wild. Thank you for the new sub. I saw that number go up to 2055. If that was you, please let me know so I can say thank you. I wonder if we can hit 2060 today. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some effort, but it's possible. It's something, all right. It sure is. You made pizza rolls. I hope you brought enough to share with everyone, Kiro. Sleepless in Seattle. I didn't mind Sleepless in Seattle, and I watched the first few episodes of Gilmore Girls. I realized after the first few episodes of Gilmore Girls that I might not have been their target demographic for the show. But I will say after seeing some of Gilmore Girls, it makes the movie Bad Santa a lot more interesting. Watched Weak Hero season 1 on Netflix yesterday. What is that, Dad? You'll share? Thank you, Kiro. I'm not a 12 to 30-year-old girl. This is true, Razzie. That is a fact that you just wrote. Movie called 100 Beavers. I actually know what movie you're talking about, Cheese. And that's ridiculous. Korean high school drama. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how or why, Cheese, but I found out about it sometime last year. I can't remember if I was reading an article or if it was like a thumbnail on YouTube that got me curious. But I learned about that movie, and that's just wild. You went and saw episode 3 for Star Wars in theaters yesterday. Just pure nostalgia. John Strecker, I wouldn't mind seeing that in theater again. Out of the prequels, the third one was my favorite. I thought they did a really nice job, like kind of tying it up to like meet up with A New Hope via Rogue One. Can't find a comfortable position to lay down with this darn shoulder. Can't wait for it to heal. I know. I'm so sorry, Kiro. Tried watching To Catch a Killer last night, but was so slow. One of the only times I stopped watching a movie and didn't look back. To Catch a Killer as a movie, I think I've seen like a docu-series with the same or similar name. I don't know a movie called To Catch a Killer. Who's in it? No Shiny. Watch Forensic Files a lot. That's one of my falling asleep shows, Kiro, is Forensic Files. There's just something very, I know it's about terrible things happening to people, but like the music and the narrator's voice and how it's filmed, like, you know, back in the 90s, there's something very calming about it, very soothing. Hefty is a dinosaur in Poliwhirl's imagination. He can do anything with Pokemon hesitation. That's Barney, right? Oh, Dad, what happened? Shailene Woodley is the only actress you recognize. I recognize the name, but I have no idea who that is. I'm terrible, absolutely terrible with actors and actresses' names. I recognize faces. I recognize names. I have trouble putting the two of them together. Nerve impingement in your neck. But like, what did you do? Did it just happen? Did you just sleep wrong? Was it from painting? This is how I find out my dad's laid up. The doctor thinks yours might be connected to nerve pain over muscle or joint pain because they have no other ideas what it is. Yeah, it's crazy that like you went to the doctor and they checked you out and they gave you those muscle relaxers and it's not doing anything. That's a little concerning. Coworker's been absolutely hounding you about watching this movie. It may happen today, but apparently he reached out to the guy who made the film. We might be collaborating. No way. Been there about 20 years, just flares up now and then. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Dad. I thought like you'd hurt yourself. It's crazy. So you might be collaborating with the guy that made hundreds of beavers. No shiny. End up making something for him? Is it going to be a beaver? Are you going to make a Lego beaver? Wow. Analytics today are crazy. That 99 squirrels is better. You know, I got 99 squirrels, but a beaver ain't one. That song stuck in your head? Which song, Raz? 99 squirrels? Just keep the ice pack on and hope. I guess that's really all you can do at the moment, right? Keep the ice pack on and eat some pizza rolls. Oh, gotcha. Pinball wizard. Sure plays a mean pinball. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to sing. I'll stop. 99 are red balloons. That's a good song. I love upbeat, exciting songs about war atrocities. 99 red balloons. Zombie. Anything by you two. Passing by, say hi to Uncle FD. Well, hello, Darkville. How you doing? Crossfire. I'm doing pretty good, Darkville. 99 red balloons coming after you. Do you know how scary that'd be? Here's a question. I don't know if anybody is going to know what I'm talking about. Did anyone ever see the short movie? I think it was a French movie. I think it was called The Red Balloon. But it was about this red balloon that befriends a boy. And it's like the red balloon's like it's like it's alive. Like it's not really alive, but like it's acting like it's alive. Did anyone else when they watched that kind of get creeped out? When I saw it in school, I thought it was a little creepy, honest. Bad Wolves cover, updated version of Zombie. I have not heard that. I'll have to look that up, Kiro. Very weird. It was yeah, it was kind of creepy. Very cool, but creepy. Why did we watch that in school? Because I feel like everyone that saw it in school. But what was the purpose behind it? What were we supposed to learn from that? The red balloon? Oh no, don't tell me you pronounce balloon. Canadians have the weirdest accents. I'm kidding. I just say that because Cam is Canadian and he's my friend. I love the Canadians. 2056, my goodness gracious, only 4 subs away from 2060. Don't you know? That's a little bit more of like a Minnesota thing, isn't it? Minnesota. Minnesota. Was your friend. Ouch. Biology teacher showed you a live birth video. I have some memories around watching that video. I remember before watching the video. I remember after watching the video. I think my brain has blocked out the video itself. Downgraded to accomplice. That's fair. You call a beanie a toque. I am so confused because I've seen it spelled like 400 different ways in ChemStream. What is the correct spelling for toque? And I'm not trying to single out Big Cheese here. For all I know, Big Cheese could have spelled it correctly. But I swear every time a toque is mentioned in ChemStream, it's spelled differently. I don't care how to spell it, and I don't know how to spell it, and I don't care because the word is wrong. I'm not trying to tease you or make fun of you. I'm just genuinely curious. Something salty in the air going around. Let's get sugar instead in the cake. I like that idea, Kiro. Toque. Thank you, Kim. I like knowing the proper spelling of things. That's just a me thing. 751 checks. Not shiny. Shiny Hunting takes you back. Last night you had never ended 300 plus encounters with BDSP Dialga. Ooh, Farmtaro. BDSP Dialga. That's a rough one. I know a guy that when I first started watching his live streams, he was he was dual hunting. He was shiny hunting Dialga and Palkia in BDSP. That was almost 4 years ago. Be 4 years this fall, and he never finished that hunt. First hunt I ever watched him do, and he never finished it. That's one letter away from Torque. That's true. According to Wikipedia, Red Balloon was set in Paris right after World War II. And the balloon is sentient and represents hope and light. Okay. Does it say what we were supposed to learn from that movie, Dad? As I'm going to be honest, at the age that I was shown that movie in school, I was not down with the symbolisms or analogies. I was more of a literal person. Don't trust red balloons. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, that is the lesson I took away from it. Is stay away from red balloons. I learned that in school when I saw that movie, and that lesson was really it really hit home when I read Stephen King's It. That was the film where the clown in the sewer gives balloons to kids, right? It, yeah, yeah, yeah. Not the red balloon, but it. The red balloon, I think, was a prequel to it. Rebecca Davis, happy Saturday to you. Hope you're doing well. You like blowing up balloons and letting them go without tying the end just so it flies around the room and it makes that noise. No one can properly recreate the noise that a balloon makes when you just let it go and let it fly through the air. You can try, but it will not be correct. It's an unmimicable sound. Mirandry28, I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but welcome on in. Good to see you. Mr. Wolf, what's going on? Please try. No. And still funny, even to adults with a sense of humor. That's right. It is a hilarious sound. 2857, 3 subs away from 2060. Insane. Absolutely insane. You guys are crushing it today. We're at 49 likes on the stream. You guys are wild. Can't say can't say much. You're a naturally giggly person. You still laugh at bad jokes. I do too. Believe it or not, I find a lot of things funny, even if I don't vocalize my laughter all the time. I think there's a lot of people in this chat right now that are absolutely hilarious, and I'm not being sarcastic. I think there are so many people here that are genuinely so funny, intentionally. Yellow Latias is sick. Mirandri, I know what you're trying to say, and I gotta appreciate the work you're putting into getting the message right. But I like it. I agree with you. Yellow Latias does look sick. Who? Um, they all know who they are. Are you funny? You are a funny hero. Brandon on the go. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Number 50. Well, thank you so much. You're funny. Funny looking. Dang, Cam. Got me good. That's right there with what Puma was saying at the beginning of the stream when he came in. I will never forget that. He said, "Why does this man look like a one block Lego and sound like a Duplo?" You got to give credit for the creativity. That was pretty good. Whoa! Oh my gosh, Jerry. How do you think he does it? Carefully. I don't know what we're talking about. Keyboard's Italian, so it just autocorrects you. Again, I appreciate the struggle. You tried so hard, but no, I'm with you. I'm with you. What makes him so good? It's a good question. Still singing Pinball Wizard. Okay. All right. I don't know the lyrics that well, I'll be honest. Hero, your Audi drives an Audi. You don't know? I don't either, Hefty Dad. You know something when you were playing your Pokemon Scarlet game this morning? It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years since you started playing Scarlet? That's insane. Can I please borrow your time machine? Oh, Dad was singing with you. So how come you and my dad are allowed to sing, but I'm not? That doesn't seem fair. Jerry, your Audi performed an entire set of DJ Hero to friends and family. We don't make the rules. That's true, you don't. What if you make a Nightbot command called exclamation point loop, and when you type it, Nightbot responds with exclamation point loop? Jerry, Kem raises a very interesting question. Can you set up that command on Kem's channel Monday morning? Yeah, at least it's not the same one. That's true. Me singing technically is not in the rules unless unless it falls under hate speech or foul language. Both of which I guess my singing could be considered. Unlimited chat rate, good idea, right? Speaking of chat rate, I'm going to take this up to 780. We're going to do one more check, and then I'm going to go on a quick break. When we come back, we're going to open up some TCG Pocket Packs and play Guess the Plush. What are the odds? I do have a shiny charm, so the odds are 1 in 1365. Is 780 going to be shiny? No, it is not. All right, I will be back in a few minutes. Jerry is in charge while I'm gone. Please stick around. We got a lot more fun coming up in the second half of the stream. But yeah, just hang out, chit chat. Try not to make too much fun of me, Dad, and I'll be back soon. Oh no, what did you guys do? Looks like it doesn't work. Good. Hero, your Audi always has gum to share with strangers. That's very kind of your Audi. Big Cheese Thrist, your Audi has been to 5 concerts. All right, you guys ready to open up some TCG Pocket Packs? So I haven't gotten any new cards for the Triumphant Light set all week. And there's still some shiny cards I want to get from the new set. So we're going to open up those. All right, let's switch over. You had the Beedrill yesterday? Nice. Uh, yeah, Cam, I'll do that after stream. How about that? Awesome. Already got 2 spam calls since I started streaming. Okay, here we go. Let's open up 1, 2. Are you kidding me? I'm 1 freaking hourglass short of opening up 6 packs. We're going to open up 5. Here we go. Oh, I gotta turn the light back on. Okay, here we go. Sir Ralph, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's give this an old spinneroony for luck. Looking for some shinies or an immersive or some full arts. We got Baniri, Machoke, Riolu, Floatzel, and Meowscarada. All right, nothing new there. That is a cool card, though. I do like the Meowscarada card. Harry, what's going on? Good morning, my friend. Here we go, pack number 2. Let's get some farts. Yep, them full arts. Shroodle, Voltorb, Pinsir, Floatzel, and Kakuna. Come on now. Boo. Get Kakuna'd. I just got absolutely Kakuna'd. JJ, they do. That's why they call. I don't want to do it. We'll do that one. We'll do that one. But we're going to flip it. Tink-a-Tink. Ekans. Weedle. Tinkatuff and Charmeleon. No Wartortle. Mewtwo, Tentacruel, nor Aerodactyl. Omanite, Slowpoke, Pidgeot, Arbok. None of those, folks. All right, here we go. Pack number 4. Thank you for the shiny luck, Airy. Weedle, Arbok, Sprigatito, Pommy, Cyclizar. What the heck? Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. One more pack. This is a stink butt day when it comes to cards, I'll tell you what. Shiny Sprigatito, what's going on? I'm doing fantastic. How you doing? Here we go. We got Tentacruel. There's 150 or more to see. Tentacool. Drifloon. Rattata. And the last card. Do I know who you are? Shiny Sprigatito. I don't. I have a guess that I want to make, but if I'm wrong, I'd be very embarrassed. All right, let's get back to the hunt. It's always difficult when people come in and say, hey, I changed my name and PFP. Remember me? Because even though I think I might, I could be wrong, and then I'm embarrassed. That's one of the 2 names I'm thinking, Big Cheese, but I don't know. Goku, what's going on? Good to see you. Look closely at your PFP. Oh, I know who you are. I know who you are. Oh, Ari, I would definitely know who you are. There's certain people that speak in a certain way, or I should say type in a certain way, that I'm able to tell who they are after a couple messages. Even if they create a brand new user account and come in, I can usually read a handful of their message and say, oh, I know who this person is. But yeah, Shiny Sprigatito, I do know exactly who you are. That was very embarrassing. All right, it is now time for Guess the Plush. This is the point of the stream where you guess the Pokemon plush. Still no shiny. We got plenty of time, though. We still got an hour and 20 minutes. I guess it's not a lot of time, but we got some time. Our Unity, what's going on? Good to see you. Sprigatito. No, not Sprigatito. Yeah, Kiro, I would know who you are based off of how unlucky you get with the shiny roll, definitely. Heracross, no, not Carnivine, not Pikachu, not Charizard, not Zorua, not Blastoise. I totally just had to look down to remember which one I picked. Not Eevee. Not Mawile. Not Charmander, not Totodile. I heard they're coming out with Gen 7 sitting cuties. I heard they're going to be hitting Japan first and then coming over here. I'm looking forward to that. I'm making a list of ones that I want. Almost like I said Skrilbo shiny, but you said still no shiny. Very close. And good morning, Skrilbo. Good to see you. Not Squirtle, not Aeron, not Drampa, not Mew. Not Wartortle. Come on, guys. There's only 1,025. I can't believe none of you have gotten it yet. Not Trico. Not Poliwag, not Eevee, not Pikipek. Jerry, you might be the first person that's ever guessed Pikipek. Not Rayquaza, not Gimmighoul, not Crabrawler. Airy is technically correct with or more to see. Not Froakie, not Quaxley. What's going on, Football Goat? Not Dunsparce. Give us a little hint. Oh, I suppose I will give you guys a little hint. It's not Pyukumuku. That's not the hint. The hint is this is a Gen 8 Pokemon. It's not Toucanon. Toucanon. Why did I say Toucanon? Sometimes I don't understand why I say the things that I say. Not Rokulot, not Zacian, not Squovet, not Scorbunny, not Zamazenta, not Excuse Me, not Grookey, not Squovet, not Roly-Coly, not Yamper, not Sobble, not Chat Rated 20, not Impidimp, not Dibble. Yeah, that is not how you say Toucanon. Not Sobble, not Litleo, not Blipbug, not Gossifleur, not Calyrex, not Berserker. I'd like to get a Berserker, though. Not Eldegoss, not Inteleon, not Nickit. Not Rookidee, not Galarian Stunfrick. It's also not a Alolan Stunfisk. It makes me feel commoditized. I just think it's funny, Airy. Not Cinderace, not Dracovish, not Arctozolt, not Darumaka, not Corviknight. Not Barraskewda. Not Obstagoon. Is it a Galarian form? No, it is not a Galarian form. Am I a joke to you? No, you're the most serious thing that has ever been serious in the history of seriosity. Not Stunfrick, not Eldegoss, not Arrokuda, not Thwackey, not Boltund. That subcount just went up to 2058. Thank you so much. Stuggle Enchant, not possible. Not Clobbopus, not Turtonator. Not Gossifleur. I'll tell you this. No one in the chat has said it yet. Not Grappalocked, not Pincurchin, not Drampa, not Snom. I want a Snom. That's how this works, Septi. Yeah, I'm just letting everyone know we got some new people here today. Not Stonejourner, not Phoebus, not Thwackey, not Rosie. I do like Pokemon. Not Phalanx, not Politoed, not Stonejourner, not Reboot, not Ice-Cube, not Reboot. This is a legendary Pokemon. Not Cinderace, not Scorbunny. Not Grooky. Not Calyrex, not Zamazenta, not Zamazenta, not Zamazenta, not Latias, not Zacian, not Eternatus, not Zarude, not Eternatus, not Eternatus. Not Lil Bear Dude, not Zacian, not Eternatus. I'll give you a final hint. Dorian bought this for me. Not the house, not Spectrier, not Cubfu. You know what? I'll count it. I will count it. Someone has kind of said it twice now. It is, in fact, Reggie Drago. Good job, John Streckert. It is the Reggie Drago with his little tomato body and his dragon arms and these little thingies on his legs, which I never really noticed in the game, but when you see it like in real life, they're kind of weird. They're like half socks. It's like if you wore a sock but knocked out the bottom and you just had on like the leg part. Of course, it's not shiny. Hey-o. Nice, Raz. Also, Ivana, welcome in. Good to see you. His little leggings, his shin guards. Little shin guard leggings. Hefty discovers leg warmers 2025. It's like I didn't. Speaking of 2025, that's how many views we have on the stream right now. What's my two favorite Pokemon? Good question. My favorite Pokemon is this little guy right here, Poliwhirl. You can also see him right back here in a little light box that my dad and I made. Subcan just went to 2059. Thank you so much. My second favorite Pokemon? That's a great question. I honestly think it might be Scizor. I haven't given too much thought about second favorites, but I think I probably like Scizor second best. Football Goat, I'm doing fantastic. How you doing? All right, we have one more game to play. It's my favorite game. I'm starting to think it might be Razzy's favorite game. Might be Ari's favorite game. I don't think anybody else likes it. But it's now time to guess the Marvel superhero. It is not Spider-Man. Call you Luca. I'll try and remember that, Luca, but you might have to remind me a couple times. It's not Magic. It's not Namor, the Submariner. It's not Spider-Gwen. Kiro's saying Daredevil. Kiro, you are absolutely correct. It is actually Daredevil. Here we go. The Man Without Fear. There's Daredevil in his original costume, the original yellow costume. It's easy to remember. We know he lives on the second floor. Top tier reference chem. This is volume 1. Covers all the Daredevil comics from 1964 to 1966, 1 through 21. Let's see here. What can we find here? So, yeah, he started off with the yellow costume. I'll give this one to Razzie. In issue 7, he finally gets the red costume we all know and love when he battles Namor the Submariner. Speaking of Daredevil, finished series yet? Yes. I did finish season 1 of Daredevil Born Again, and I was very, very upset at that cliffhanger. Very, very mean of them to make me wait an entire year to see what happens next. Yeah, he did wear it in She-Hulk. That is correct. So for the 5 people that watch She-Hulk, you might have seen that. 2060, that is 2 sub goals hit in one stream. That's insane. Had a great game with Hella last night in Rivals. She's so strong. I didn't know they added Hella. Yes, a devil dared him. Ryan Christensen, good morning. H Gaming, good morning to you as well. Hoping for a Defenders reboot soon. That'd be pretty neat. Did I beat Pokemon Emerald? I have beat Emerald. I didn't play it on stream, but on stream we did do a shiny Mew hunt in Emerald. Ended up getting that pretty early. It was like, what, like 1,900 checks or something like that? I'm embarrassed I don't remember it. Yeah, H Gaming, I remember you. I think it's been a few streams since you've been here, but I remember you. She does hella damage. Yep. That's a good joke. Left your jaw on the floor, Skrilbo. I don't think your jaw was the only jaw on the floor during that scene. I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I want to tell Ari this. She said devil dared. Can't talk. And I think as a like an artist type person, she'd appreciate this. Oh my gosh, football goat! Thank you for the subscribe. It's your first time on stream. Well, welcome in. I hope you're having a good time. You watch Poltergeist? I love that movie. That was, I guess you could consider it the first horror movie I ever watched. And I didn't get no nightmares or nothing. Poltergeist 3, however, I did. But yeah, Ari, there was a period of time where Daredevil kind of went like, it was in the 90s. Everyone went extreme. And Daredevil ended up going extreme too. And ended up becoming a little bit of a meaner person, a little bit more vengeful or whatever. He ended up getting over it, right? He ended up getting better. And so when they kind of like soft relaunched the series after that, after we went back to like, Daredevil Classic, they changed the formatting of the title Daredevil so that it had a capital D and a capital E. So that like in this period of time where he's like going back to the one that we all knew and not as like edgy, it technically read out Dared Evil. I thought that was pretty neat. Well, with a username like that, I should have known what to expect when I clicked on View Deleted Message. Appreciate the sentiment, but yeah, we try and keep the language a little family friendly in here. What do I think about Namor and Black Panther 2? I thought the actor that played him did a fine job. I thought he looked good. I don't know why they felt the need to completely change the entire backstory of Atlantis. Actually, I feel like I do know why they felt that need. I just didn't agree to it or agree with it. Yeah, H Gaming. I said, yeah, I remember you. I remember you, H Gaming. And I will remember you when you come back in 60 seconds. Unfortunately, I have answered that question a couple times already, and you kept posting it, so you gotta take a quick little spammy timeout. You live for these facts. Thank you, Razzie. I'm glad someone appreciates my random factoids about comic books. But no, I thought the guy who did Namor did a good job. I'm excited to see that he's going to be in Doomsday. I didn't like that they completely changed the entire backstory of Atlantis. It wasn't even Atlantis. Thunderbolt soon, yeah, next weekend actually. Less than a week, May 2nd, Friday, May 2nd. I am excited to see it. I'm not holding out huge hopes it's going to be incredible, but I do think it looks like it's going to be fun. Favorite Pokemon's Rayquaza? That's a pretty cool Pokemon. I got a Rayquaza down here you can't really see. And then I got a shiny Rayquaza right there that you can kind of see next to the Jirachi. You already adore the Void? You would. I'm just teasing you, but not really. Big shout outs to Zen Gaming. I don't know if he's still lurking. But Zen was the one to let me know several months ago, I think it was back in September, that the word on the street was that the Sentry and the Void were going to be in the Thunderbolts movie. So I immediately bought the entire original Sentry run. It was like an 8-issue miniseries, and I got it for like I think $100 for all 8 issues, and it has skyrocketed since then. Rune, hello, good to see you. What do I think about MODOK from the Ant-Man movie? It ain't it. It ain't it. I'm not saying that MODOK is like the most intimidating villain in the Marvel universe, but they certainly decided to go with a very comedic route with him, and making it a completely different person. That's the thing. That's the thing that bothers me the most when they do adaptation. I'm fine with interpretations and adaptations. It just bothers me as a nitpicky fanboy when they make a completely different character a character. Thank you, Shinies. Good glasses. Thank you. They help me to see. Yeah, just a random reminder for no particular reason whatsoever. In order to participate in a YouTube live stream, you need to be over the age of 13. And it's never a good idea to say your age on stream if you're under the age of 18. Probably not a good idea to share your age at all on the internet. So, just in case that happens to be, you know, relevant to anyone in the chat, just keep it in mind, because if you do technically say that you are under the age of 13 in the live stream, I will have to remove you to abide by YouTube's rules. Face had you ugly laughing for a solid. I mean, it was a good joke. It was a good laugh. It was a good laugh. I just didn't appreciate that, that's how they decided that they were going to give us MODOK. Doing a shiny hunt for Zergatry, but it's taken decades. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you get Soonrune. We have hit 60 likes on the stream. That means we need a new like goal. Can we get a like goal? What the heck? Can we get a like goal for 75? And I don't remember if I said or not, but we're now at 2061 on the sub count. Thank you very much to all the new subs. I guess our next sub goal, let's see if we can get to 2065 today. We got about an hour left, a little more than an hour left to stream. Let's see if we can get to 65. And John Streckert, thank you so much for the like goal. I'm going to pin that up there right away. What is this game? This is Pokemon Ultra Moon. For anyone that is new to the channel, I know we got a lot of people in here at the moment. If this is your first time here, if you're wondering what I'm doing, if you're familiar with Pokemon at all, you're probably assumed by now that I am shiny hunting for Latias, but it's a little bit more than that. I'm currently in the midst of finishing up a challenge that I started in the fall, where I'm trying to get shinies of all the Pokemon that can Mega Evolve before Legends ZA comes out. We have got 42 right there out of the 47. And I know. You're going to say, Hefty, you moron. There are 48 Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. And you know what? You're right. It hurts my feelings that you say it that way, but you're correct. However, I got no way to shiny hunt Deancey. So we just took Deancey and threw it out of there. So we're working 47. We got 5 left. We got to get the Latias. We got to get the Latios. We got to get the Audino. We got to get the Aerodactyl. And we got to get the Altaria. That's 3 A's for whatever that matters. And Latios and Latias both have A's in their names too. So we're ending with the end of the alphabet, I guess. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're going for the shiny Latias to help finish off this challenge. DMs lols. You spammed, your phone kept turning off, so you didn't hear your answer. Oh, no worries, H Gaming. But yeah, I do remember you. How long have I been hunting for the shiny Latias? This is day 2. Day 2. We started last Sunday, and then we streamed for a few hours then. We're streaming for a few hours now. Shinies, I just read your DM, and I'm going to assume it's a reference that I don't get. I did them all Z to A. Razzie, I didn't even think about that. I'm not going to fact check if that's true. I'm just going to assume it is and market this as such. You're going to take a break on DAs? Sounds good, Mighty Munchkin. Love the stream. Hope all is going well. It's going better now, Illusion, that is. Hope you're doing well. Chicken jockey. That's a thing that people say now. Hope you find them shiny soon. I hope I do too. Do I have a Nintendo Switch? I do have a Nintendo Switch. Unbreakable? Oh, yeah. I definitely saw Unbreakable. Saw that in the theaters. I thought that was a pretty solid film. It wasn't until The Village that the illusion of Shyamalan started to break for me. I didn't mean to make that pun, but yeah. What's the best Switch game? If we're talking Pokemon games, I would say the best Switch Pokemon game would be either Pokemon Sword or Pokemon Shield. That's just my personal opinion. Well, I get the Switch too. I'm hoping to. I was not able to get one of the pre-orders on Thursday. I had a dentist appointment in the morning, and then I had work, so I didn't really like try until I checked into the internet in the afternoon and saw that basically they were all sold out. I did send that interest email to Nintendo back on April 2nd. I did meet all their criteria, so I'm still kind of hoping that I get an email somewhere around May 8th where I'll, have the option of pre-ordering. But with ZA not coming out till the fall, um, I don't really have any like huge desire to absolutely have to get it on release day. I'm not really gonna have much to play other than Mario Kart World anyway. So if I gotta wait an extra week or two, that's fine. I personally don't think it's gonna be any longer than that. I might not have it by release day, but I would imagine I'd still have it early June. You're buying a Switch? Very nice, Ivana. Hope you enjoy it. And thank you to that new sub, now up to 2062. Village was such a strange movie. You remember leaving the theater scratching your head. So I'm not saying this is the Village's fault, but I will always remember the Village as when I saw the first trailer, I don't know what made me think it, but I figured out the twist just from the trailer. And then I saw the movie, and throughout the movie, I'm like, oh, I got it wrong. I obviously got the twist wrong. And then the movie ended, and I was like, oh no, I got the twist right. You have to go, Ivana. Thank you for being here. And then Signs was a decent movie, but I think at that point I felt like you don't. Oh, I'm sorry, Luca. I'm sorry. Like I said, you got to remind me a few times. Luca, I'm sorry. Thank you for being here, though. Um, Signs was a decent movie, but that's kind of the point that I got to be like, M, you don't really have to craft an entire movie around a twist anymore. Did he do The Happening? He did do The Happening. With a glue gun? Tried to rob a bank with a glue gun? That's crazy. Am I manually modifying the encounters? No, I have an auto counter running. It's a little program I have on my computer. So what it does is I take a screen capture of something on the game and I set up in the auto counter, and whenever it sees that something, increases the counter. So in this case, whenever I move my little guy forward half an inch and he gets an exclamation point above his head, when the counter sees the exclamation point, it increases the counter. This is a stick up. JJ, that's a good one. That's a good one, JJ. This is a stick up. Trying to rob a bank with a glue gun. I like that. What's happening? That was a great show. Hilarious sitcom. And very ahead of its time. Your first horror movie was, I think it was The Grudge when you were 10. The Grudge was your first horror movie. I still have never seen that. I gotta be honest. I'm familiar enough with the plot and everything from being like, alive and on the internet for the past couple decades, but I still have never seen it. Is it worth seeing, Ari? Is it worth seeing all these years later, knowing what it's about? I'd totally be up to watching it if it's worth it. It's 1 a.m. for you, so you're staying up until this thing shines. Oh my gosh. Mushy man, I hope it does shine. But regardless, I'm going to be turning the stream off and getting something to eat in about an hour. You think so? Okay. I'll check it out then. It must have been a sticky situation. I think so. But Mushy Man, I appreciate you being here. I hope this thing shines because you're here. Thank you again to all the people that are hanging out today, all the new subs, all the people that have liked. I appreciate you a lot. I'm just a guy sitting here resetting the game over and over and over until a red thing turns yellow. So the fact that you guys want to hang out and keep me company while I do that is pretty awesome. You subbed and liked. Well, Rosie, thank you so much. Sean Neely, what's going on, Sean? Welcome in. Am I upset at you for spamming? No, not at all. Not at all. And I think you did a good job explaining why that happened. So, no, not personal at all. It's just when there is spam, we're going to stop the spam. Doesn't mean I think any less of you. Sometimes I accidentally spam. Thank you to the new sub. Bring that up to 2063. Now, in my opinion, there's a difference in chat stuff between like when you're being like mean or rude or just saying inappropriate things versus just more like doing things that can clog up the chat but isn't harmful. You know what I mean? I'm never going to hold anything against somebody for spamming. I'm just going to ask them to stop. Someone in chat's possessed by an owl? Could be. Heard Latias can be sick when it turns yellow. So, oh, okay. So I should run away from the Latias if it's yellow. All right, tier 1. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I did H Gaming. New set's coming out. What next? Is it Tuesday? Wednesday? Is it the 30th? Who? Oh, gotcha. Jerry got you too. 23 encounters from now it shines? I hope so. Captain Crunch isn't actually a captain. You know what? Not only is it crazy he's not actually a captain, he also hasn't gotten a promotion in like 50 years. What's he even doing? Jerry dropping the little Ronlet. Oh, I forgot to mention, for anyone that knows him, last week when I did my 3-year stream anniversary, and like right before the stream started, before we went live, Ron G, the OG, dropped in the chat and said hi and congratulations, and it was so nice to see Ron G in the chat. I know some of you know and love Ron G, and you haven't seen him around in a while. I just want to let you guys know, Ron stopped by last week before stream just to say hi. What breakfast cereals did I have as a kid? Fruity Pebbles was like my favorite. I also like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Hefty Dad was a big fan of Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries, so I had that a lot too. No shiny yet, Rosie. Not today. How do you get DNC on Ultra Sun Ultra Moon? I don't think you can. I don't think you can get a DNC in Ultra Sun Ultra Moon. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Find somewhere to watch the horror movie I told you about? Not yet, H Gaming. I haven't been able to yet. You pulled a PSA 10 $300 card from the new pack. It's a Volcano. A Volcanion EX Full Art. Sweet. All right, Jerry. Enjoy breakfast. Tell Mom I said hi. Thanks for being here, buddy. Thanks for being an awesome mod. Okay, yeah, you can't get DNC. I know it was an event Pokemon in Gen 6. And I know that in Japan there was a shiny DNC event. But I don't think there's been any other time you've been able to get it. Is it in Go? I'm blanking now. Is it available in Go? I want to say it is. All right, let's get this shiny. It's about time. I'm hungry. I want food. On Pokemon Go, you think you can have it with quests? Okay, yeah. So I think currently that's the only way you can legitimately get a DNC. Now, if you want to illegitimately get a DNC, that's up to you. I don't care either way. When's the stream ending? In about 50 minutes. 50. Scarflet. I couldn't tell if it was Scarflet or Scarlet. Had to get a closer look. What's going on, a Scarflet? Some point there'd be a shiny Deontay event for ZA. It wouldn't surprise me. What's for lunch? Leftover pizza, probably. So, classic Pennsylvania, or at least where I live in Pennsylvania. It was shiny and beautiful all week. We're talking gorgeous skies, sun out, uh, weather in the high 70s, low 80s. And about the time I got off of work yesterday on Friday, it started raining. And it rained all night. And it's been raining all morning. So that's what spring is like where I am. It's shiny all day long when I'm in work. And then on the weekends it rains. So I'm not planning on going out anywhere or anything. I'm just going to eat some leftover pizza. Let's try Australian snacks. What kind of Australian snacks are there? And can I get them without spiders? Come on, Latias. What are you going to have for lunch, Razzie? I love soft reset so very much. Chicken sandwich with avocado mayo. That sounds delicious. How was the chicken cooked? We talking grilled? We talking broiled? We talking crispy? Steamed? Like chicken cutlets? Nice. Making breakfast, downloading that Oblivion remake as we speak. Excited to take a stroll down memory lane. I heard about that. Didn't they like shadow drop that on all y'all? Like no warning. There's like, boom. Here you go. Here's an Oblivion remake. Everyone seemed to be going crazy the other day about that. Got some goodies. First off, Tim Tams. I've heard of Tim Tams. Just regular flavor, cheesels and chicken flavor, Smith chips. That's your fave, but do some research if it's something you're interested. I would look. I got 3 places on my bucket list of places I definitely want to visit in my lifetime. Australia is one of them. I also would like to go to Japan, and I'd also like to go to Scotland / Ireland / a little cafe to meet up with Carly May and have a coffee. So like a whole like UK thing. You'd love to go to Japan. I would like to do it. Like I'm not someone that like how do I what am I trying to say? What am I even trying to say? Like I'm not a huge like anime guy. Like I'm not going to like be like one of those tourists that goes and like dresses up like an anime character and just goes around doing whatever. But I just from what I've seen, like I like the culture. It seems like it'd be a pretty neat area to check out. I definitely do a lot of fun shopping. I know that. And they got all sorts of neat treats and snacks that I'd like to try. But I'm not gonna like, I'm not the type of person that would like come back like having adapted the culture. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes on the internet I see that. Like someone takes one trip to Japan and they come back and then like all of a sudden they're like ambassador to Japan. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Come to Australia, come to Sydney and Canberra. They have most of the fun experiences, places here. We also have great beaches you could visit. I would love that. In a very non-rose tinted glass kind of way, I feel like life in Japan would really resonate with you. I think it would, Ari. I think it would. And I feel like we'd have fun on a trip there. Take health so seriously and really prioritize taking care of your body in holistic and standard medicine ways. Yeah, yeah, I definitely get that feeling from them. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, bless me. 67 on the likes. Thank you guys so very much. And only 2 subs away from our next sub goal of 2,065. You know, it's like a thing most people from other countries do when pronouncing other places' names, but in a non-weird way. Canberra. Okay. All right. No, no, no. I don't. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. I do want to pronounce it correctly. I did know that was the right way, so thank you. And you said that very politely, so I appreciate it. So Canberra. Canberra is how it's pronounced. Thank you. I like learning new things. And if I ever pronounce anyone's name wrong, please let me know. I'd rather go through the moment of embarrassment of being told I'm saying it incorrectly than go through months of embarrassment of saying it wrong and not even knowing it. I think I'm going to watch some more Invincible today. I think I'm going to try and finish off the first season. I now have volumes 1 through 10 of the Invincible comic book. That's the first 52 issues. From what Kieran tells me, those 10 books should be pretty much all of seasons 1 and 2. And I'm currently halfway through volume 6. So I feel very confident that I'm going to be able to watch the rest of season 1 without having any comic book spoilers. I've only watched the first 3 episodes so far. I had read the first 3 volumes, and I started watching the show, and I could just tell that there are some things in the show that happened earlier in the show than they did in the comics. And I could just tell, like, if I kept going, I was going to spoil some things. So I decided to put that on hold until I read a bit further. So that's where I'm at now. So I'm about 27, 28 issues in. So I should be good for now to finish season 1. Playing 3DS or Citra? Good question, Football Goat. I try and keep things here as transparent as possible. So since I do not have a 3DS with a built-in capture card, because those things are expensive, I took my save file from my physical game cartridge, saved it onto an SD card on my homebrewed 3DS, transferred the save file onto the computer, and I am playing that in Citra. And then once this is done, I will then transfer the save file back onto the game cartridge. Most of the people aren't keen on coming to Australia because of deadly spiders and snakes and stuff, but you get to nice places that really don't matter unless you go into the forest. Oh, I'm definitely going to stay away from every single forest in Australia. You guys just grow death in those forests. Welcome back, Luca. But no, I'd really like to check it out. And this is just a personal thing, and it's so superficial and has absolutely nothing to do with the wonderful and incredible people of Australia and all the amazing things there are to see. But I got to be honest, I just love the Australian accent so much. I would be so thrilled to be surrounded by a whole bunch of people talking with an Australian accent. I know that is like the most superficial thing I could say, but it's honestly the truth. I love it. I've never heard the noise a koala makes. I gotta check that out. It makes me weak in the knees. Stop now, Matthew. You're making it weird or weirder. You just hit your nose with your phone. Uh-oh. Speaking of hitting noses and phones, If you haven't liked it, you can do that by giving me 2 boops right here on my nose. If you don't like me, you can just give me 2 punches right here in my nose. Either way works. I'm blushing. I am not. It's the lighting. It's the lighting, Matthew. I think I've told the story on stream before. When I was 19, it was the summer between my freshman and sophomore year of college. I was working at a movie theater, and there was a girl that worked there as well. She was visiting for the summer, staying with some family, and she was from Australia. Her name was Petra, Petra. And I got to meet her through work, and she was super cool. And she was a nice looking lady. And I ended up taking her out on a date. And honestly, I think I kind of killed it. But she got in the car. I picked her up from her family's house, and she got in the car. I said, "You want to listen to some music on our way to the restaurant?" And she's like, "Sure." And I said, "Okay, I got a song here. I think you'll like it." And I put it on, and it was Men at Work's "Land Down Under," and it was so ridiculously over the top, stereotypical, and stupid that she laughed her head off. And I was like, "Yep, that's the one thing I got going for me is I can make people laugh." Your accent's funny, but you don't really have. If you want to hear the accent, you really strong, got to find a bogan with a mullet and a strong accent. Luca, you're from Serbia. I'm from the U.S. Welcome in. I think you might be, as far as I know, as far as I've been told, you might be our first viewer from Serbia, which is pretty awesome. Cutting up onions. What you cooking there, Matthew? What good stuff are you making for us to eat? You don't know. Dragonic, welcome back. Lego Man, hello, good to see you. Lego Man, Ollie. Where be the shiny? I think this might work out well. I think we're probably going to get to 1,000 checks around noon. You just remembered something. Good job, Ari. 69 likes. Nice. Thank you guys for the 69 likes. That means we're only 6 away from next like goal. Did I ask it to shiny? I should. You have an American friend you play VR with, and he always makes the "Do I ride kangaroos" and the upside down jokes, but in a friendly way. Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I think it's funny as long as it's not annoying to you. What's the reason they can't have Kingpin in an MCU movie? I don't think it's that they can't have Kingpin in an MCU movie. In fact, I think it's possible that they might eventually. Back when the shows were on Netflix, they were kind of like this weird bubble where they would reference events for the movies, but even then they didn't like they would very vaguely reference. It was like more implication than straight up saying anything. Like they'd talk about men in suits of armor and gods with hammers, but they never said Iron Man or Thor. It was kind of weird. I don't know if it had something to do with the rights. Now that Disney got the rights to the shows back, there shouldn't be anything stopping them. I think it's just a matter of like what would be the reason? In my opinion, I see for the most part, I see like the Disney Plus shows as more like the grounded street level stuff, and the movies more like the expansive, like world ending cosmic stuff. In general, I'm generalizing. But I mean, I think eventually we could possibly see Kingpin in a movie. I think that'd be neat. You're watching an old episode of Yu-Gi-Oh? Nice. 70 likes now? Are we at 70? Tomorrow we will be streaming, Luca. Yep, we'll be streaming the same time tomorrow. Kingpin's a bowling place for you? Nice. I had a dream last night that felt just like real life. You accidentally hit the subscribe button on my channel because you weren't paying attention. Then you quickly hit subscribe again. But then it set in how grievous of a mistake that was. Oh my gosh, Ari. That would be terrible. You would no longer be number 6. Red Robin's campfire sauce for the nugs. Ooh. I could go for some Red Robin campfire sauce and nugs. Yeah, that would be terrible, Ari. I don't even know what we would do. I'd probably have to start a brand new channel and wait for 5 people to subscribe to me and then DM you. If you're ever to go to America, do you have any food recommendations? U.S. food recommendations. Eat half of the portion you're given. That would be the biggest recommendation. But personally, like, there's lots of different like U.S. foods all over the country. Depending on which region of the country you're in, there might be different specialties. I'm like Central Eastern U.S. I'm in Pennsylvania, so I gotta say you gotta try a Philly cheesesteak, and you gotta have a classic Philly cheesesteak. That means steak, onions, and Cheese Whiz. You can put ketchup on it, but you gotta try it classic as well. That would be my main thing. If you're going down south, you gotta get some barbecue. You gotta get some pulled pork. That's delicious. I will let other people in the chat that are from the U.S. speak about other recommendations from their regions. Shiny, Party Hat, Bulbasaur, what's going on? Good to see you. Luca, do I watch any anime, not Pokemon? I have seen every episode, but not movie, of Neon Genesis Evangelion. I have seen the first 15-ish episodes of Death Note. I've watched the first 157 episodes of One Piece. I've watched the first half of the first season of Attack on Titan a couple times. I've watched the first 9 episodes of Solo Leveling. I have a problem with. I've watched almost all of Cowboy Bebop. I have a problem with anime where I will start a series and then never finish it. I don't know why. There's just something inherently wrong in my brain. I don't know what it is, but I will start a lot of anime and then just never keep up with it. Equal parts mayo and barbecue sauce with some chipotle powder. That sounds good. You hate Cheese Whiz? That's fair. I typically don't have Cheese Whiz on anything other than cheesesteaks. Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A, good. They're good chicken sandwiches. I agree with Matthew. I think it's a little overpriced for what it is. Like something can taste good and be overpriced. It's kind of like how I feel about Five Guys. I think Five Guys makes good burgers, but and this would have been 10 years ago, so pre-inflation. I went to Five Guys with a friend of mine. We each got the bacon double cheeseburger. We each got a soda, and we split a fry, and it was $30. Lobster with butter or clam chowder from the Northeast is amazing. This is true, Ryan. I get to the filler and my brain just turns. You know what, Matthew? That might be part of it. Bought leather knee pads yesterday and you love them? Nice, JJ. So yeah, Five Guys is good. I enjoy Five Guys. They make delicious burgers. It's probably the best fast food burger I've ever had. But it's too expensive. Those fries at Five Guys, though, yeah, they're good. Good food. Good food. Overpriced. Thank you for the new sub. That brings us up to our 3rd sub goal of the day, 2065. My goodness gracious. We still have half an hour. I don't know if it's possible, but there might be some way we might actually be able to get to 2070 today. What's your favorite part about Five Guys Shinies? Here we go. Mods, get ready.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Nightmare Star, thank you so much for the sub. 3 burgers and 3 small fries cost $57. Yeah, it's ridiculous. When you get Five Guys, yes, they make the fries well done. Crispy, yeah, I prefer crispy fries over, I don't know how else to call it, like soft fries. Like I don't want to say mushy, but like I prefer to have that crunch. Cheap food for expensive prices. Exactly. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's delicious. I just don't want to pay that much. Yeah, not soggy. There are soggy fries, and I don't like soggy fries. But there's like squishy fries. I prefer crispy fries. I think they still had peanuts out in the open for people to eat, and it's okay to throw them on the floor. Every other place would be like her allergies, but Five Guys is like stay home. What's the other place? Oh, I don't know if my dad's still in the chat. Was it? It's not Outback Steakhouse. There's a steakhouse that had free peanuts too. Yeah, Texas Roadhouse. That's what it was. Thank you, Kiro. Or it might have been Logan's actually. I remember this one time my dad told me that he took my mom to dinner there, and there's the bowl of peanuts, and so my dad's just like shelling them and eating them and throwing them on the ground, and my mom like would shell them and eat the nut, and then place the shell like on the table like in a pile, and my dad just looked at her and just went and knocked all of her shells on the floor. It might have been Logan's. Have I tried In-N-Out? Yeah. When I went to San Diego Comic-Con back in 2009, that was the first place I wanted to go eat. I wanted to go check out In-N-Out. I went there. I ordered it animal style. It was delicious, but that sadly has been the only time I've ever eaten In-N-Out. If y'all come to Australia, think a good fast food place you've got to come is Grill. They have great burgers and chicken. And Guzman y Gomez, if you like Mexican. I do like Mexican. Gen 3 Gym Leader theme is one of the best. It's good. It's good rocks. DXE Beck. I'm sure I pronounced that incorrect. I'm sorry. It is good music. Red Eye Jedi. What's going on? Good to see you. They stopped doing it because of a lawsuit. Yeah, I would imagine so. I've been told by some employees at Five Guys they are required to put fries in the bag too. Really? You haven't had it in like 8 years? Yeah, I'd love to go back to In-N-Out. I'm sure if I had it a few more times, I'd be like people from California and be like, oh yeah, it's all right, but it's nothing wild, whatever. But I'm still in that phase where it's like, if I'm given the opportunity, I have to have it. And I have been hearing rumors about some In-N-Outs opening on the East Coast, which I would be very excited about. They fill the cup and have more fries in the bag. That's awesome. Red Eye Jedi with the 5 gifted memberships going out to Ty. Here's Jonesy, Freeze Frame, Great Smoky Pokey, and Illusion That Is. You're in California, you've always loved it? Okay. So they're just trying to be posh area. They're just trying to be too cool for school. I get it. And that's incredible. In Vegas, it's only $6 for a double. Wow, that is really good Chinese. I did not expect $6 for a double. You know what never made sense to me? I'm going to get on a little soapbox here for a second. You ready for a soapbox rant? This seems to happen mostly with music and musicians. So there are people that will be out there and they're like in love with like this real indie band like no one's ever heard of, right? And they'll be the type of person that's like, oh, my favorite band is the Wailing Catfish. The Wailing Catfish are awesome. Oh, you've never heard of them? Oh, they're great. They're amazing. Wailing Catfish are the best band ever. And they'll tell enough people, right? And meanwhile, Wailing Catfish is out there doing these little indie shows, getting a little following. This following is found out about. They start getting approached by record companies. They get a demo put together. Next thing you know, Wailing Catfish has a single on the radio. And then all these people that were diehard Wailing Catfish fans are like, oh my God, I hate them. They sold out. They're too popular now. And I just want to be like, you say that you're a big fan of them. The whole reason that they were performing music was to do this for a living. I'm assumedly, they're trying to do this for a living, right? They finally got enough notoriety that they're able to do it for a living. They're finally able to live out the dream that you supposedly supported all this time. But now that you're not the only one that knows about them, they've sold out and they suck. I've never understood that mentality. Subway sandwiches. I'm fine with Subway sandwiches. Do I think it's high quality food? No. Do I think I'm eating like a gourmet? No. But it's tasty and it fills me up. And that's how I am with a lot of fast food places. I know it's coming to the South this winter. That's amazing. When you were in 5th grade, you convinced a buddy of yours that your favorite band was called Fart Face, and the lead singer was Johnny Rainbow. And then he asked his dad for Fart Face tickets for Christmas. His dad called my dad, and my dad laughed out loud before grounded you for 2 weeks. That's incredible. Lunala, what's going on? Good to see you. You'd be so proud of that band if they got popular, right? I want the Wailing Catfish to achieve their dream of being popular and being able to live off the money they do playing the music they love. The truth of the matter is that those people are just upset that they no longer feel like they're some part of like a secret clique. That's my hot take for the day. I'm getting off my soapbox. Even made up a favorite song, Toots from Uranus. That's a pretty good one. Some bands completely change their lyrics and sound when they hit it big. There are bands that when they get popular, they do quote unquote sell out. I'm not arguing that. What I'm arguing is that once they start to become successful, even if they don't sell out, even if they do remain true to themselves, once they start to become successful, there are people out there that resent that. Exactly, Scribble. Exactly. As long as as long as they don't change their sound, as long as they're still the same band, that's fine. I love when small artists you like become viral, and then you have more people to geek out about them. Right? Exactly. That's the way it should be. To answer your question, yes, I've always been like this. Never was a question in my mind, Chinese. You'd be worried too. Sometimes a band does things at first for fun, but once they are popular, they have to keep up to stay with a paycheck. Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'm just talking about that period after they become popular, but before they sell out. It's because they have caveman brains and they revolve past me versus them. Yeah, I just don't get it. I mean, like, and that's just one example, like the whole music industry. I mean, it happens in other things. Mighty Munchkin, you got to go. All right, thank you for being here. Always good to see you. You're here like every stream. Sounds really fake, but you swear to God you're not lying. You just got a shiny applet. Oh, congratulations, Mushy Man. That's great. Cheap chick in the city. Cheap check in the city. MGMT was always pretty big, for instance, but when TikTok discovered their album titled song Little Dark Age, it blew up and it was so exciting. Yeah, I think things like that are fun. And it's always cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's always cool to be like, oh, you discovered those guys? Yeah, aren't they awesome? I've been listening to them since blah, blah, blah. Have you heard their early stuff? Let me hook you up. That's cool. Cheap check in the city. We play nothing but rock. Nice, nice. Yeah, Scroll Boy, I'm with you there. I'm with you there. They certainly have changed over the years. But like it happens with like, even comic books. I mean that's something that I can talk a lot about. There's people that resent how popular some characters have gotten because of movies and television shows, which makes no sense to me. Particularly for an industry that's been dying a slow death like the comic book industry, we need to get as much interest as possible. Whoa, Door City over there. Shines, I need to talk to you more about that later. I finished watching episode 3 last night before I went to bed, and it's like anything with Nathan Fielder. I enjoy it, but it makes me extremely uncomfortable. 5 sandwiches deep on this Dynamo hunt. One trying to show for it so far. Matthew, I'm so happy for you that you got one. I'm going to be honest. That's a terrible hunt. I'm so happy you found a great location for it. I'm sorry it's taking so long. I'm just over the moon happy that you found one. Your little sister Bella, however, listens exclusively to viral TikTok audio songs. So imagine my disappointment when Bella discovered one of your favorite bands, MGMT, and then refused to listen to any of their other stuff. It does bother me a bit when people hear songs from like a TikTok or a movie or a commercial and have no concept or interest in learning more about it. The other thing is like when people, and I'll be honest, I'm guilty of this too. Music's been around for a long, long time. There's lots of songs I really enjoy that I find out years later are covers or are sampled from a different song. But one thing that will always stick with me was, I want to say it was a Kanye song. I want to say it was a Kanye song that came out maybe 7, 8, 9 years ago, and Paul McCartney was on it. And the internet, after that song got big, was saying like, "Oh man, this Paul McCartney guy is gonna blow up." Like he's so lucky that Kanye put him on a song. He's gonna get popular now. And I'm just like, what are we even doing here? And with Ozzy and Post Malone, exactly. Like, it's okay to not know these legends somehow, or at least not even recognize the name if not familiar with the music. But if you like that collab so much, take a second and just do a quick Google search on that name. Find out how silly you sound when you say, "Oh, this Ozzy Osbourne guy, he might be someone to watch." Because after collabing with Post Malone, he might get some popularity. When's the last you named 3 songs when you're wearing a band shirt? Yeah, that is annoying. That's super annoying. You really don't want to, but at the same time, you really want to start on a Minior hunt, which would be very tedious with having to count for 9 Miniors instead of 8. Oh, yeah. Mushy Man, I do remember when that method got discovered. In fact, I watched a couple of streams of some people doing that method. Yeah, the counting can be tedious, certainly, but at least it's not in the water, right? That's always terrible. Just Googled it. Paul McCartney hasn't done much of anything since that Kanye song. Razzie, I can't wait for you to get your package. You felt so cool and unique for adoring the Beatles when you were 13. You should. You think you've had enough. Uh-oh. What song is that? I don't know if I know that song. It seems a little familiar. No, Razzie, I promise I didn't put anything bad in the package. Shiny number 2. Let's go, Matthew. Congratulations. Now I'm 4 to 5 seconds from Wilden. Yes, I definitely do not know that song. If Wilden is in the lyrics, I don't know that song. Oh, that's the Kanye song? I have heard Gold Digger, and I like the song Streetlights. Shiny, I didn't do anything, Shinies. I didn't do a gosh darn thing. But thank you. Flashing Lights, like the song from the GTA 4 trailer. Um, is that what it's called? I thought it was called Streetlights. I never answered your last DM. Um, did I not? I'm sorry, Razzie. Oh, Razzie, I'm not saying that's in the box. I'm just saying that if it is in the box, it was an accident. If you find it in the box, it was not an on purpose. A number of bands like the Beatles you never listened to, old band for old people mentality growing up, and now you just don't care enough. I can understand that sentiment. I can get that. Number 3, that was so quick, Matthew. Blessed to be done. You are very blessed. Hashtag blessed, in fact. Yeah, so Razzie was a very kind boy a few years ago and sent me a capture card that I use on one of my Switches. And when he sent it to me, it had Velcro around the cord, and within the Velcro was a hair, which happens. Hair gets places. So I mentioned it to Razzie, and Razzie and I had an inside joke for a long time about how I kept the hair as a souvenir, that I have a Razzie hair. I didn't. I only kept it for a few months. So I just sent Razzie a package. And so I DM'd him and I said, I hate that I feel like I have to give this disclaimer, but if there's any hair or hairs inside the package, it was completely unintentional. What's my favorite shiny? My favorite shiny is Shiny Stuffle. Shinies, why are you so embarrassed? Tomorrow's your mother's birthday, but the only shop that has liquor she likes is a 3-kilometer hike up a hill, and it was horrible, but at least on the way back downhill. Nice! I hear downhill is always better than uphill. What's your favorite shiny Blastoise 09? Grew up with your parents mostly playing Nine Self, including Nine Inch Nails and Sublime and Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what we did listen to back then. And my dad always listened to a nice mix of like classic rock, current at the time pop, and then current rock as well. A lot of music. I'm sure I'm not the only person that went through this. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. When I was a teenager, I refused to listen to anything that my dad listened to because, if my dad likes it, it must be old people music and dumb. But I've since found out, it's probably like in my late teens, early 20s. It was like college age or maybe a little bit after college. I realized my dad actually has amazing musical taste. And some of the stuff that he listened to when I was a kid that I didn't want to listen to, but I was forced to because we were in the same car, ended up becoming some of my favorite music of all time. So every week, you reconcile adjusting your spending and track every dollar in and out in a budgeting sheet. This involves always clearing, paying out a credit card bill, weekly versus monthly. On board so far? Yes, I'm with you. Only about 13 until we get to 1,000. I know it's crazy. That's why you won't watch Breaking Bad, Ari. What do you think about grunge? You like grunge a lot? Once upon a time, I had a friend rooming for you, so every grunge band just yells all the time. You can unhear it. Grunge is like exclusively what I listened to in high school. I was in high school from 94 to 98. At least freshman and sophomore year, it was almost exclusively grunge. By the time we got to senior year, it had kind of branched out a little bit more into like pop rock. But yeah, I mean that's my childhood right there. Now I say that I still can't tell you a single lyric or what any lyric means from any grunge band I've ever listened to. Yesterday started to reconcile, get everything squared up, and your budget off by exactly $250. You search every transaction thinking this number is too specific to be multiple transactions. I grew up on Chili Peppers, Linkin Park, Weezer, etc. Good music. You don't care how good it is as a dad's show? That's wild. I understand your perspective, Ari. I get it. I'm not arguing it. I totally understand it. But from my perspective, that is wild. Also, my dad did love that show. Think we'll get it before 1,000? I mean, we got 9 checks. It could happen. Credit card charges were coming exactly $250 less than what our balance owing was. But on the statement, there's no posted or pending charge for $250. You're losing your mind. Jess is asking you all the times you use a card, etc. Nothing. So you're assuming it's a glitch on your bank's part. So you call them and get really agitated. Turns out there's a ton of people reporting that our bank, particularly credit cards from them, have inaccurate balances online. So I started telling them we're going to cancel, yada yada. New metal phase with the Jenko jeans. I wouldn't say I went that far. I mean, I did own some Jenko jeans, but I never really got too much into metal. I listened to some stuff that like my friends listened to when I was with them, but I didn't like go out and buy any albums or anything until the last few years, actually. This morning, I checked the statement, $250, GameStop, my pre-order. Oh, shinies, you silly little butt face. I don't know. All right, we just got a few more checks on the stream. We're going to take this up to 1,000. That's 1,000 checks in 2 streams, not too shabby. In the meantime, I got some thank yous to make. First off, first and foremost, big thank yous to anyone that subscribed today. Thank you. I almost did, Mushy Man. I almost used one of the 2 B words. I couldn't decide which B word to use, so I ended up saying buttface. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Seriously, appreciate it. Thank you to the YouTube algorithm for getting us in front of some people today. On top of that, I would like to personally thank Turkey and Cheeto for the 7 months, Jerry and Natso for the 5 months, Zed Games for the 25 months, and Red Eye Jedi for the 5 gifted memberships. So thank you so much. And thank you to the amazing mods. You guys are fantastic. You guys absolutely crushed it today. Thank you so much. We had a big influx of people, and you guys handled it like the professionals you are. All right, 3 checks left. Razmataz with the 25 months of membership. Gling Gling. Oh, that's so kind of you, Pokestar. We might actually do a few extra checks, guys, because it means absolutely nothing. And it's purely for my amusement and selfishness. We are only 21 views away from 3,000 views. So I think we're going to do a few extra checks and see if we can get those extra 21 views here in the next few minutes. You deserve this love, Hefty. I know I just found you today, but you're wholesome and very good YouTube creator. Mushy Man, thank you so much. And thanks for teaching me so much about Australia today. Now, the next thing I got to do is I have to move that counter over, because the way that 1,000 is getting cut off is driving me bananas. There we go. All right, let's do a few more checks. Few more checks. Going into a little bit of overtime just for pure bragging rights. Bragging to who? Bragging to myself. Making me feel like I accomplished something when really all I did was stream for a few extra minutes. And it required no extra work from me at all to hit this thing that I'm somehow going to be proud of. No shiny. We will be back tomorrow, though. We will be back tomorrow, continuing on this Latias. If it doesn't shine right here, make sure you come back tomorrow. We'll hang out. We'll have some more fun. Yeah, in-person pre-orders at GameStop, I don't know if you have to put down a certain dollar amount. I'll let Shinies answer that. But typically, you just have to put down some sort of down payment. Amber with the 28 months of membership. Oh, hey, looky what I got. You got my heart, Amber. You got my heart. Let's get some hype for Amber. And we have hit 3,002 views on the stream. This is going to be the last check of the day, taking us to a nice round 1,005. We'll be back tomorrow, though. Is it shiny? It is not shiny. So, thank you guys again. You're awesome. All right, $250 for the standard, $300 for the bundle. That's what we got to put as a down payment. Thank you all for being here. You're amazing. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Do something nice for someone today just because it's the right thing to do and for no other reason. And I will see you on the next one. Take care and bye-bye.